And we're back in Mythic Odyssey of Theros. I've not been streaming a lot lately myself, but yeah, we are back for more of whatever the fuck you were up to last week, because it got chaotic. We'll put it that way. It got chaotic. So, on that note, what do you actually remember from the previous week, from the previous session?
Neil is sick.
Oh yes. Although that was right at the end of the session, the Eelhound that was following you the entire time has finally been fully companionized, but is also sick in multiple ways. Yeah. What else happened? What happened? What did you do? Who remembers anything?
There was a drunken cleric in the
We
village,
travelled.
and he was a plains guide like Theos.
Indeed.
We
Rethon.
had to venture through the swamps first.
Indeed. So you left the returned without taking any time to rest, pushing through some swampland, where Sokek decided the best course of action when crossing a bridge is to bleed into the swamp below. And it immediately summoned a shambling mound, to which you fought relatively well.
It ate me.
As it did eat both Pogeg and Zolk.
But it was a very cool disco shambling mound
It
for a
was a
while.
very brightly coloured disco. You killed it. You left the slugs, the bone whelks that were dotting around eating just algae and scum that had sort of risen up on the banks of the swamp. Even though you spotted some shiny items within their sticky shells, you decided, let's just not deal with this. Let's just keep going. To which you arrived at the village of Lopus. A dreary, sunless little village that seems to have come under the effects of some kind of melancholy. And yes, you did meet a very drunken cleric that swiftly became undrunk thanks to magic. And you found that Crethon Plains Guide, had gone blind after his his decades of service to Heliod. And he had convinced himself that was because Heliod decided to take his eyes away for punishment and send him here. Although that crisis of faith is still being worked upon. What else did you do in Lopus?
Spoke to an ogre.
Met a new best friend.
Indeed, you met the greatest character
Frankos.
in Frankos, the butcher and survivalist.
Can I hear his voice again, please?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
How's it going, Dad? Are you hungry for food, Dad? Oh, shit. I'm gonna fuck that eel thing up, dude. Yeah, that was Frankos.
I love him.
I love him.
the
And
best.
he gave you some quite dodgy food, which I think everybody that ate it managed to stomach it, which is quite impressive. He doesn't seem overly affected by this sort of hopelessness going on. But you could tell he was quite bored. He was quite happy cooking, but he was getting bored. Who else did you meet? If you remember anybody else.
Sata.
You did meet the Satyr.
Marvelous.
You met the Satyr Eropus at the shop Liar. To which you immediately just hated him. I don't even think you were tempted to barter or actually trade with him. You're just like, I hate this guy. Let's just leave and come back later.
Right, you could tell.
I offered him my
Rip us off.
0 gold for his body.
Yeah, because that is a definite act of bartering. And yes, you did meet Tmolis, an ex-champion, or at least somebody that had once served in Akros and was out searching for the truth behind the royal curse, although after taking an injury while searching in Asphodel, he ended up at Lopus and succumbed to the curse, or at least to this hopelessness that seems to miasma in the air. And you also met Ziegan Summerholt, the Leonin innkeeper, who had lost his wife to whatever this was causing this malaise, and decided to just accept his fate. And really, really didn't like Grethon because he kept calling him Dios.
And then Dios appeared.
And then Dios appeared.
Respectable.
There was also the pair of Statuettes and Hoplites there, the Eladrin and the Hecaton. Goliath, who weren't the most friendly of types, but that may be due to cultural differences, as nobody, I believe, is actually directly related or has much history with Setessa. And where do we leave off after you finally managed to get your long rest? You managed to book some rooms at the local inn and have a nice long sleep, although I believe 2 people woke up early for some reason.
Carrying out a grand escapade of detailed intricacies, taken many a dice roll to steal us a satyr.
Indeed, you did.
I don't know what we're doing, satyr, I'll be honest.
Zulk and Sogeg snuck into Lialia at the break of dawn to kidnap the satyr that worked there. Luckily for their incredibly failed stealth rolls, he was passed out from whatever he was smoking the day before. So you just took his limp body and are currently heading back to the swamp where you fought the Shambling Mound. So I'll move everybody to the Shambling, or to the that swampland. Or another early riser may or may not be.
I'm not even trying to be stealthy at this point, I think. Excellent.
So yeah, as you're approaching, following that road back, it's not too far. You find most of the bone whelks have moved towards the body of the Shambling Mound and are currently devouring their way through its rotting vines. And creeping up slowly behind one of them is Scuts. Shirt open.
I'll give like a little wave.
Oh, I didn't see anything. If you didn't see anything. As you see this topless barbarian try to, like, scoop one of the snails into her shirt. Granny's gonna love these.
Just give like a humble nod, just.
Henchbro. Dios isn't there.
Henchbro respects Henchbro. You're very glad Dios isn't there.
Very glad Dios is not there. I don't think he could deal with that shit. Actually have a breakdown.
Tame.
So we'll deal with Scuts and her current trophy to begin with. So tell me how you are planning on trying to scoop up a snail the size of a horse into your shirt.
She's going to kind of like sneak up behind the back very, very slowly, and she takes off her little shirt thing and opens the pocket so she can try to leap forward and put it in head first so it can't make noise.
Okay.
And try to shove it into the extra dimensional shirt pocket.
Go ahead and make an attack roll with your improvised weapon, because that's essentially what you're doing here. I'm not looking at the damage because you're not trying to damage it. It's more whether or not you're actually able to grab it.
Okay. Attack roll with improvised weapon. Here we go. Okay.
Okay, so without Dios here to bless you, that's.
I
not
was gonna
gonna
say,
help.
well, I don't know why I have that on.
So as you leap forward, it ducks its head to continue munching on this shambling mound's corpse, and the bag touches its shell, and it is stuck. Your shirt is currently stuck to its bone shell. There's a reminder of what this thing looks like. Which image is that? It's sort of covered in this sticky mucus, and it
Lovely.
has caught on a bit of that. It doesn't seem to really care or notice all that much. It is very much concentrating on eating at the moment.
Like to try to pull my shirt free.
Okay, make a strength check. Or athletics check, sorry.
Oh man, Granny's gonna be so mad if I lose my shirt. Make a strength check.
Yep, athletics check, sorry.
Oh, athletics. No, okay, cancel. There we go. There we go. Why?
Okay,
Not
you go to pull your shirt free and lift the entire bone whelk off the ground as it is now sort of wriggling in the air, still stuck to your shirt, just kind of not sure what's happening. And sure enough, it does start to emit a horrifying, just bone-curdling scream, as then you can feel it sort of go right through you. So let's do. As you take 8 points of necrotic damage as it starts screeching.
Oh no.
The others don't care. And thankfully you've killed the big thing that could hear it scream, so you're not too worried. But you may need to cover its mouth before it keeps screaming you to death.
Yeah. She's gonna set the snail down and clamp its face shut while she tries to, like, just pull the shirt from where it's stuck over the snail.
Okay, make another athletics check.
Roll 20, I swear to God.
No.
You could rage and give yourself advantage.
So many crits last week.
Yeah, oh really?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm definitely using a rage for that. So she just gets real pissed.
Roll on your table.
And then,
Yeah, roll on your
what am I
table.
rolling?
Roll on your magic surge table.
Oh, shh.
Fireball!
Oh,
Oh, God.
I shouldn't listen to any of you.
Zolk, we can just go back, Zolk. We can just put the satyr back in his bed, okay? Very
Okay.
ready.
So,
Oh, no, I think
light
you picked
bends
me.
in fear of your rage. You and everything you are wearing or carrying becomes invisible for 1 minute, persisting even if your rage ends. Well, it ends early when you make an attack or trigger another wild magic surge. So all of a sudden you, the shirt, and because you're currently holding the bone whelk go invisible.
Right.
Because it's literally everything you're carrying and you're currently holding up the bone whelk.
Oh, God.
So now you can
Wait,
make
can
your...
she see the invisible thing she's holding, or did it just disappear?
It
in
just
her
disappeared in your hands.
Or-
You can feel it's there. You're holding it, but you can't see it.
Okay. Alright.
Okay, go ahead and make your athletics check an advantage because you're raging.
Alright, advantage. You said athletics check again?
Yep.
Okay. Roll 20, please don't hate me. Oh,
Okay. There you go.
Ooh.
You managed to start as this. Although the shell's quite stiff, the whelk itself is quite squishy. So you just essentially start shoving it into the bag. And sure enough, you've essentially got your arm into the bag on the other side being the whelk itself. But it is still stuck to your hand where you've tried to cover up its mouth.
God.
So it would be an athletics check, an advantage because you're still raging, to break free of its slime. Otherwise, you're going to pull it back out again, as well as whatever else may have stuck to it.
I mean, or you could just go in there with it.
Oh no.
It's just or
Okay,
reverse it, okay.
Like, she can't try to, like, lick her hand free. Like, saliva isn't going to break down the snail goo, is it?
I mean, unless you want to stick your tongue to it, I wouldn't recommend.
No. No. We don't need to repeat that scenario. All right.
What?
Why have you got
Yeah, she's gonna-
392 health as well?
Oh gosh. I should have 39.
Yeah. I don't know why
There we
it's
go.
300
That's
and-
better. All right.
Thought that looked weird.
So yeah, all right.
Almost snuck it past.
Just through the dark, seeing her disappear, you just hear all these angry, frustrated grunts as she tries to pull her hand off of the snail. Or any really better like this.
Go ahead, make
Yeah.
an athletics at advantage.
All right.
As you must see.
And sure enough, you manage to... You essentially grip down tighter, causing it a bit of pain, to cause it to retreat away from you, and then you pull your hand free. Still covered in this sticky goo. But sure enough, the whelk is now inside the bag. So
You just hear a triumphant roar.
I need to write that down.
I really don't want to pull that
Someone-
out.
Someone
In the
deserves another javelin, I gotta say. Very close. Yeah, but that's gonna be. Oh god. I'm slightly worried now that Scuts apparently can put size large things into a bag of holding. I don't feel safe anymore. I don't think.
You-
Quite
Do you
worried.
feel violated watching this?
Soge just stood
Okay.
aghast, just like, I don't know how we can top such a display of skill.
Is that the only one you want to go for, or
It's
do you
like
want to
an
go
art
for any of the
form.
other ones?
We need one at least.
Yes. Wait the odds.
She's only gonna send Granny one snail, but maybe she'll try and see if she can get some junk off of this one. That might be easier than going for another whole snail.
So you're going to try and, while still being furious
stuck in
at
the
the
mud
previous
again.
stale, you're going to try and rip some of the shell free of this one. Okay. Make a make a sleight of hand check with an advantage because you're still technically invisible. So to Zolk and Sogeg seeing this, you just suddenly turned invisible and you could just hear what's going on. Okay. Let's have a look at what you end up with.
Stuck to another snail. Oh.
So you managed to pull through a huge bone. So that it's probably the thigh bone of some great creature. That is the Great Club of Bloodthirst. And you also managed to pull off at least the torso of some poor wanderer that is essentially still wearing a jet black cheeton. So cheetons are typically made of cotton, so it's sort of interwoven in of the obsidian one.
Awesome. She's gonna stuff them in her shirt, and then here she
I
will
think
she will take her leave.
So you're putting both of those in your shirt?
Yeah.
Okay, give me a moment.
Oh god.
Sure, you don't want to go and hit things with that great club?
I think she accomplished her goal. She got a snail. She got some stuff. Now she's gonna, I guess, invisibly stand there and watch what Zulk and Sogeg do. That's a little creepy, though.
So
What you should do is you just stand there invisibly and shout abuse at them.
yeah, you're invisible for the next minute. So yeah, basically while whatever Zolk and Soga are doing, you're just sort of invisibly stood there.
Just think, Dios having a nice sleep. Scuts is always invisible in the corner, ready to put you in a shirt. Never sleep round again.
Those are the nightmares that we'll be having.
Okay.
The new boogeyman.
To be fair, the way Dios looks, not the only thing she wants
Oh!
inside.
Is Theros? Just realize, is Theros just like the backstory of how the Bagman comes to be?
Could be.
Oh,
Could
God.
be.
Scuts is.
The back.
Oh,
I'm the bagman. No, there's no bagman in my pocket, but there's something much, much worse.
Much worse on the other side. I'll give you that. Yeah. Okay.
Is it
so-
the elf woman?
I mean,
Yeah, she's the
that's
bagman now,
it.
actually. It's the drunken elf.
she's got a snail to keep her company.
That's a poison.
Or the snail's got something to eat?
So
I mean, hearing this amazing.
yeah, Zolk and Sogeg with the very passed out satyr. Remind myself of the name of the satyr. Aropis.
Remind me, Soga, do you have any rope?
You've got a snake.
I just whisper. I try and whisper, but my whispers don't really work. I say, I don't have rope. I still sort of look slightly awkwardly cradling this satyr man, not quite sure what I'm doing with it, not sure what's happening, but a deal's a deal. Say, look,
We'll use my rope then.
okay, we need an out. Okay, we need an out, Zolk.
The outs.
We hold the satyr near a snail. You do what's got to be done, and if the snail wakes up, we stick the satyr to the snail. It's nature's problem. And I'm pretty sure that all gods involved will be pleased with this. As is there not a finer death than to be consumed by snail?
So, I'd like to hog tie the satyr just in case he wakes up.
Okay. As he is unconscious, I'm not going to make you roll for it, as he's not exactly resisting.
Right, we'll put him on the bridge.
You'll place a
Very
hogtied-
quick interest. How sturdy is the red cap hat on Pogeg? Is it like very sturdy?
How do you
It's
what
not
do you mean
coming
by
off at all.
sturdy? It is magically connected
like-
to him. Yes, you can't remove it from him without.
I tug on it.
Yeah.
No, I couldn't do that to Pogeg.
Would it kill it?
Although I could have a red cap satyr.
I mean, this is what, day 2?
And
After
the
he
sound
took it?
I just usher for Pogeg to come back in my pocket.
Yeah, this is day 2 of Pogeg with after being attuned to it, isn't it?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
Alright,
So,
so
It is.
the first step of the plan is I'd like to use my poisonous kit to either create the toxin out of the satyr or find out if I can actually find something out about town from this.
okay.
I'll
So,
waffle my tail.
what are
One
you
of
actually
few drops.
trying to do? So, the satyr himself, a sort of average build. He looks very anemic, sort of grey-skinned, sort of almost shrunken. You can see dark bags under his eyes, very clear stains around his fingers and mouth where he has been consuming illicit substances. But aside from that, is some icky goat man. As to what else you want to find out about him, you can, I'd say, make either a survival or medicine check to get more detail about what sort of conditions may be afflicting him. You could make a perception or investigation to see if there's anything physically on him that may give anything away. Yeah, those would be the main two.
We'll go with medicine here, and that's a painful one.
Well, I gave you expertise in medicine, and you rolled a 7, so...
Yeah.
Can Sogeg, looking at this, I'm just sort of following what Zolk's doing interestedly, and I notice that the satyr has blood in him. Could I also perhaps ponder into what kind of blood he has inside of him?
Sure.
Just following his way.
Again, it'd be medicine, maybe survival, or if you're trying to see if there's something particularly on him.
Good medicine.
Fantastic.
I've got a great medicine.
You
I've got amazing
100%
medicine.
trust Zolk's judgment that this satyr has the most unique and extreme case of... Oh, give me a moment, let's have a look at some... he's very clearly filled to the brim his entire body of throat leeches.
Oh, now Zolk, I don't wish to alarm you, but we need to dissect this satyr. Throat leeches, they can't be cut. You can't keep them pent up. You've got to let them out. And it's my medicine ability. I know that we've got to cut him open.
He's a satyr, right?
I'm
That means he's
medicine.
got 4 legs. He's fine losing one.
No, he's got
He's
two
got
legs.
2.
2 legs.
Oh, right.
He's not a
That's a
centaur.
centaur.
Speaking of a centaur.
As
So
Satyr
get this notes.
Atlas, I am personally offended by that. Thank you.
So
My goat
Sogeg's
legs are
just
perfectly
looking
fine.
really concerned that this is the party that I've been sort of I'm potentially going to go to prison with, honestly.
So let's see if I've got a handout for Satyr. In fact, there you go. There's the traditional image of a
I'm
satyr.
very close to starting the get out plan. I've got to be honest. You just see Sogeg ready to punt this this satyr very soon.
As you can see, 2 legs,
4 limbs. You got that right. at
4
least.
limbs.
I mean-
So close. And you are next to Sogeg, who has what, 8?
not a
Yeah.
chance I
Actually,
could make
would it not be
choice
closer
now,
to 10 or even 12? If you include your arms as well.
Yeah, because I've still got my arms.
Yeah.
There's not a chance I can make some poison out of him, is there?
Well, not with a 7 medicine check. I'll put it that way.
Do you not want to poison
but
him?
you can at least have a. I mean, you can maybe take samples if you really, really wanted to. He does seem unwell, but you can't tell if that's wear and tear. That's this curse of, or this malady that's been affecting the town. This sadness, or whether or not there's something else entirely going on. You are literally in a swamp.
I'm gonna level you, Sogeg. We didn't think this through.
I'm having no we in this. I trusted you. I trusted
Alright.
you.
So, new
Look.
plan. If you hold him up with the rope like a
Look.
fishing rod and dangle it in front of one of the worthless snails.
Sogeg just lets out a deep sigh. Says, "Oh, you got to do something. You got to do it yourself." I just pick up the satyr, and I'm going to bring it down to the east shore over
Okay.
here, holding him out in front of me. And gently as can be, I wander over to the snail and I place him on the shell.
Okay. Make a sleight of hand check, please.
I'm not trying to be too smooth with this. I just place him a bit dejected.
Yeah,
Just
this
very
is more on
disappointed.
whether or
Just
not the
disappointed
snail
in-
notices. Okay, the snail very clearly tips to one side from the weight of this satyr until the hooves all the way up to the knee sink into the mud. He's still passed out as fuck, but you've now tipped a snail as well.
Zolk, we're getting our story straight, all right? Snail attack, nothing could be done. Now you've got to follow with me. But I have an out, okay? You wrote me into this, and I'm getting you out of a mess. And really, that's just it's crazy. I summon a red cap.
Okay.
Oh no.
Okay, give me a moment.
I'm gonna punt the red cap at the snail.
So
This got very dark
Then it's-
very quickly.
Then it's the red cap's problem.
Where are you putting the red cap?
Here.
Okay. So,
As I line
as
up,
you point and demand a red cap show, sure enough, out of almost just blood forming from nowhere, a red cap appears. Big bronze boots slamming into the mud, and just this grin of malice and evil on its face.
I will waste one of my ruffle smites once again to make my blade and body sort of shimmer a hellish red, as I just will try and really big up to the Redcap and say, "Do you want to please Mogis, young Redcap? Do you want to savour bloodshed?"
You're the avatar of the blood, dude. Yeah, man.
I shout, "Then accept my blessing," and I'll let out a mighty Mogis as I kick the Redcap at the snail.
Okay, make an attack roll.
What is going on?
Use your stinger because that's your.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Essentially, it wouldn't have any bonuses.
It would be -1 on that, so a 7.
Okay. You go and place a mighty scorpion foot on the centre of the red cap, and it just sort of looks down. The fuck was that?
I slipped, little Redcap. Don't you worry. And I kick him with my other feet while he's asking the question.
Okay. Go ahead. Okay.
Hey.
I slipped, and you do the full spin move and smack him back, and then sure enough, so what were you hoping to happen from this?
I was hoping to kick the Redcap at the snail, both pissing off the Redcap and potentially the snail. I'm assuming there's Redcap going to do Redcap things, and I'm going to run away. Then it was a Redcap's fault, and
I'm assuming you've not actually read Gore Soaked past you summon a Redcap.
I have. I've got trust that the Redcap will be okay with this.
Because you could just say, "Hey, can you murder that satyr for us?" And be like, "Sure thing, boss." And as long as you keep encouraging it, he'll do it.
I'll be honest, okay? Sogeg is a being of wisdom. But I saw a Redcap and I've wanted to kick one for quite a while.
Sure enough,
so this is my opportunity.
You punt the Redcap into the face of the bone whelk that was just minding its own business. That was currently tilting to one side and slowly sinking. It's now balanced out a little bit because of the weight of the bronze boots of the Redcap. But sure enough, it is also stuck on the slime and is wriggling and kicking out as best it can, swearing its little head off the injustice and the sheer discrimination of kicking a short person.
I just shake my head. I just put out one of my many arms at Zolk and just say, and I just start walking away. And I just shout out, "Kill the satyr, please, young Redcap." I'm just going to walk away. This has been a fiasco from start to finish.
As you turn and walk away, you can hear the distinct sounds of opening wounds as the Redcap does start screaming and slashing into the satyr.
Well, fuck.
Because it is currently fully restrained because you hogtied him, passed out, and stuck to a snail. So it's pretty vulnerable.
I say, a very sad and sort of unenthusiastic, blood for Mogis, skulls for the Scut Mogis throne.
This is definitely not what I had in mind.
Okay. Is there anything else you would like
What did you
to...
have in mind?
I was going to offer the satyr as tribute to tame one of them.
Oh, I forgot that plan. Oh my god, I am too heavy of a sleep. Sogeg stops mid to the stride back. He's like, "Oh shit." I'll look back and I'll say, maybe it worked, Zolk. You could go up to the whelp and see if it's happy.
Mate, the red cap would fucking end me. Let's
I
go.
mean,
You don't need
all
the red cap's
three
only there
of
for a
them are very quickly sinking into the deep mud, so
Oh, they're screwed then.
You just gotta
there's
wait a minute.
quite a lot of weight on there.
Okay. So the result of this is Sogeg, we have a shop to go and loot because nobody owns it no more.
Everyone's asleep as well.
No,
Exactly.
it's about 6 o'clock in the morning, so
Oh fuck.
it's
Dios is waking up.
it is dawn. You left like literally just before dawn, and while
Oh.
yes, it is overcast, I mean, it's still daylight.
I'll go up to Zolk and I'll say, Zolk, you should definitely do that. You should do that. You've got this, Zolk. I believe in you.
Is there anything else anyone wants to do with the bone whelks and the satyr
No.
and the red cap?
We've done
There's
enough.
many things. I love these little guys.
Red caps are great. I love
This is all
red caps.
Sogeg's master plan to get more blood into this river.
Okay. Let's send you back to Lopus. It's about 6-7 o'clock in the morning. Scots, you'd no longer be invisible at this point, so it's whether or not you'd want to walk alongside these people. You
Oh no, she started hustling back.
So,
She's back over with Nadrin.
okay.
She's not having any part of that.
We did
Probably
nothing wrong.
wise.
I'd say she left around the time they were kicking the red cap.
Okay. Nadrin and
Okay.
Neil.
Zolk, we need a story together, alright?
You've been
Story. We went for a walk.
Nadrin and Neil have been sleeping, I believe, in one of the ponds.
He was in the pond. I was next to the pond
You were next to
with
the
Scots.
She did sneak out just before you woke up to go and do what she needed to do with the whelks. But has returned promptly. You both, well, Nadrin, you feel a little queasy, a little uncomfortable, but other than that, there's nothing really of note. You do notice that Neil has a little bit more life in him, he's now very clearly regularly throwing up out of every possible pore of his body.
Okay.
So, as you return from the swamps, the satyr no longer on your conscious, I assume. What would you all like to do?
Both we have to find a new angle on figuring this
Zolk,
problem
you
out.
really...
And that was all you, mate.
I really saved your ass this time, Zolk, but next time, I won't be there to do my... I won't be there to save you, alright? I give Zolk a very stern look in at. I say, look, you gotta stop relying on me.
Took
There's
a
multiple
very
layers to
different
that,
turn.
honestly. There's multiple layers. Look, okay. What we saw was at 4 in the morning, we heard a sound. We went out to investigate. The satyr was being kidnapped by redcaps. We tried to save him, but nothing could be done. We tried our best. Frankos will vouch for us, I'm sure. We can trust him.
Yeah, I'm fine with this.
Seeing a bit of disappointment in how this went out, I will offer Zolk some of my poison for my tail to see if it will cheer him up. Do you want some poisons? I'll give you a
Sure.
poison.
More Soga gunk for the pile.
Have you got somewhere to store his Soga gun?
I don't need water in my water skin.
Accurate.
True.
So,
I feel like there's an Eater of Hope we need to kill.
yeah, let's move on to Dios. As you wake for your morning rituals and you can hear the clanking of Sogeg's armor, coming in. Your fresh batch of holy water prepared. What would you like to do?
I would like to go hunt down. What was his name again? Creethon.
Creethon is still in the inn where you left him. Well, probably he's again doing his morning rituals, more out of habit than anything else.
Join him.
But sure enough, you go back to him, and while his efforts at performing your basic ritual, so more lighting incense, going to windows, facing the sun and saying prayers, his is very much out of habit, you can tell, rather than full belief. Having you join him alongside him does add a little bit more vigour to him as the rituals continue.
Okay, I'll watch him for a little bit and maybe guide him when his hands start to stray in a direction that would be incorrect for the ritual he's performing. But eventually, I'll stop him entirely and I'll take him outside, and we'll actually do the full morning ritual for Heliod rather than just the very quick.
Okay.
Welcome to the new day sort of job. We'll go for the full thing.
Yeah, you do see him as he's continuing through the ritual and hoping you're not noticing, eyeing up and leaning towards where the stored casks of wine are. He's not very good at hiding it, I'll put it that way.
I'll just gently say to him, the wine won't help, Creethon. You know this. Stick to the water. I've purified the water in the inn. It's good to drink now. I need you clear-minded if I'm going to help raise whatever curse is on this horrible town.
Call it a force of habit. Or maybe it's just the fact that alcohol smells so nice I can almost picture it.
I understand. I really do. It's hard being sober, but this is the first day of many, my friend. Come. Hope will be renewed. I promise.
He does hold on to your armour as you lead him out.
Yep, and we'll just find a nice bit of flat grassland that has a clear view of the rising sun.
So this over here is a very sort of shoddily put together, but it's still very much supposed to be a statue to Heliod.
Great.
They did when they first arrived, but it has since fallen into significant disrepair.
Okay.
But it is
we'll
essentially facing east, or at least it's on the eastern part of the village. So it's basically the first place to get sunlight, even though ever since it was overcast, the sun doesn't directly shine down on here. You can still tell it's daylight, but it's not bright.
Okay. I will ask Creethon, how long has it been since you've felt the heat of the new dawn?
Probably since I arrived here in Lopus about 5 years ago.
Then I will say, well, perhaps we can remedy that, and I will cast sunlight just above the
If you're in daylight.
the shrine. Daylight, yes.
Yeah. I thought you said sunbeam. I'm like, oh, please don't have that level of spell yet already. Good God.
I don't. I'll use one of my free casts of daylight.
Okay.
Just to bring a bit of illumination to proceedings and reinvigorate his beliefs a little bit. Reinforce that Heliod is here.
While he doesn't really react to the light, his eyesight completely gone by this point. He does sort of notice, at least after a few minutes, as it does change the temperature around. It's no longer as sort of bitter. There is this sort of gentle warmth coming from that light.
You feel it, don't you? The warmth of Heliod.
You're not the only one with magic, but that's not him.
He's here. Through us. We are the instruments of his will. Don't forget that. He loves us.
You can see him clutch his holy symbol, as if trying to also cast a spell, but nothing happens.
Do I figure out which spell he's trying to cast, judging by the way he's...
It seems to be either light or daylight. Some kind
Do
of...
I...
Yeah.
Do I notice if he's doing anything wrong?
He's following the actions exactly how you'd expect to.
Okay. We'll sit in front of the shrine for a moment and just sort of converse. I'll try and, now that he's actually sober, try and pick his brain a bit more as to what could potentially be the cause of the malaise that has come over this village and where the hell the mayor is.
So, what's your first question?
I have kind of picked his brain already, actually, on that. I'll ask him about the mayor. Who is he? And more particularly, where is he?
So, Alchemaeus, stubborn, stuck-up bastard, lives in the... I guess a manor-ish to the north. He's essentially this guy here.
Okay.
Although his doors are always kept locked, so you can't actually get entrance to it. He's rarely seen, pardon the pun, outside of his home. Reject from Setessa. Born wrong, as they say. Never really got over it. Takes it out a little bit.
I understand. I think I need to go have a chat with him. He's clearly not looking after the people here as he should have. And maybe he can throw a little more light on the situation.
You do see a grin come to his face. Even though he tries to hide it, you can do see that there's a small smile.
Yeah, as I stand up, I'll put a heavy paw on his shoulder and give it a squeeze and just say, I'm here. Until this is done, I'm here. And I'll stride off towards the mayor's house.
Okay. While this is happening, Scott's Nadrin, what are you doing?
Well, we've got a very sick throwing up Neil. I'll just look to Scots. Should we get Zolk on this? He knows diseases. He knows illnesses.
I mean, just keep a close eye on him after. She looks kind of flustered, trying not to give away her morning activities, but yeah, let's consult the little guy.
Okay. Do we know where he is? Is he?
They both Zolk and Soge would have arrived back in Lopus by this point, so it wouldn't take much searching, as most people stay in their homes in Lopus. It's very few people that wander the streets, so it wouldn't take you too long to find the one rat folk in the village.
You would have found Zolk staying as far away from the shop as possible.
Suspiciously so or not?
Make an insight check.
Can you tell if I'm an idiot? The answer's yes.
Okay, Zolk, make a deception check.
Okay. Where's it? Oh, I'm apparently really good at these.
Not enough.
Oh.
As you see a very sheepish Zolk trying to keep a good reach away from almost the entire village, let alone the shop. He
He's
does
fucking
look
tormented after what he had to witness.
He's definitely got a bit of a 1,000-yard stare in his eyes, sort of. What have I done?
You asked looking for
It's not what I
help.
did.
You started it.
I started it, yes, but that is not what I had in mind. That's gonna be.
You wanted to
nightmare.
feed him.
He wouldn't be alive attached to a snail if we had it my way.
That is true.
Well, he's dead now.
I mean, you didn't
he's not
see him
alive attached to a
die.
snail
I'll put it
anymore.
that way.
Doesn't make it any better. We had to red cap him.
The red cap's only there for a minute, and it was stuck on the other side of the snail. So while it was able to get a good few whacks, and you didn't stay around to watch the full death. So
Wonder if when the red cap went poof, it just kind of rocketed the snail back over the other side and crushed him.
it could
That's
be.
an image.
Scuts waves
I've already
Zolk over.
Yeah.
I think there's something in the water. It's made Nadrin and Neil. Well, Neil's doing real bad, but can you help us tell what's in the water?
He'll just walk
Oh.
over.
Hurt Neil. She looks very, very sternly down at him.
He'll kind of just dip his foot into the water and pull it out. And I'm
Okay.
assuming it'd just be covered in algae.
Yeah, it's full of pond scum.
He'll just point at his foot as like, this problem. Here is problem.
Fair enough. And
You don't want to breathe that.
We both did.
For how long?
For me, about 2 minutes, if that. For him, the whole night.
About 8 hours.
Oh, Christ. Alright, you need a detox. Him? Oh, fuck. Sushi?
Fugu.
Oh.
Where's
You're
so
not
people? You
eating
need it.
him.
I mean, if you're going to treat him like that, there's no reason not to.
You're not eating him.
Is there a
Then-
commotion going on
I
in
mean,
terms of loudness?
well, you probably would be able to overhear it, yes.
Let me head out.
Gonna
I
wave.
will point out that Neil is size medium, so he's big enough for Zolk to ride on as a mount if you never got to that point.
It needs a
And
full
very
detox
much he could
first.
probably eat Zolk in about 3 or 4 mouthfuls. So, we'll put it that way.
Yeah. What the fish dog needs is clean water.
it's very obvious. Do you have any solutions for clean water?
Oh, you're fish people.
I
Listen,
can make clean water. I just need somewhere to put the clean water.
I'll challenge the chef to a cook-off, and I will borrow his cauldron so that we can save Neil.
Skirts,
Stand up all
skirts.
triumphant.
I don't know if you've eaten. Look, I hate to say it, but I've eaten his goat leg, and it was very good. You're gonna struggle.
Oh,
Frankos
come
is a
on, but
very
my
good-
magic lion was pretty baller.
Ooh, that
The
is
lion
true.
cookies were very nice.
So Geg is going to say there's another option. Is the eelhound bloodied at all? Like, is there any blood on his skin or
Not bloody, no.
I'll
It's very
say,
much panting,
is there
struggling
any-
for breath, and occasionally vomiting. but not
So is there
blood.
any cleaner liquid than blood? I will ask Nadrin. Nadrin, if you give a token gesture to Mogis and drip a drop of blood on the eelhound, I will assure you that by his blessings, your eelhound will be restored to strength. That's Mogis' offer.
Sorry, what are you asking me to do?
I'm asking for a blood tribute. I want you to cut your hand and put a single drop of blood onto the eelhound, and I will have Mogis heal him of his troubles.
I'm a
You'll
bit skeptical about this.
You will see the true might of a real god.
I'll have you know my god is a real god. Thank you very much.
If you do not fear the strength of Mogis, then surely you will accept my offer and prove me wrong. You see Sogeg looking very sure of himself.
Skeptical about this, but I'll do it.
Yes. Do you have a? Oh, you definitely have a knife,
I
don't
was
you?
going to
I
say,
have a dagger.
how are you performing this blood tribute?
I have a dagger, and I'll I don't know, put my hand or something.
So just prick the tip of your finger, and a single drop of blood that falls and splashes onto Neil's forehead. The slowly recovering red bump from being battered by scads.
A slight scoff at this paltry little blood offering. Ugh.
You said a drop.
I will show you now the power of Mogis, as I will use my lay on hands to remove a disease thing.
Sure enough, he's still struggling a bit for breath, but he does look brighter. He's still at half health, but he can at least get his hit points back if he does take another long rest.
Okay.
I'll pick up the eelhound, shake it, screaming, "Mogis has healed you!"
Nadra, it's up to you what Neil says in response to that. He can
How
speak.
does Sogeg even understand him, though?
Yeah, but you can.
I use my pompous feet to understand him.
Because your speak with animals wouldn't work on him because he actually already has a language.
Yes.
He's really tired still, so he's just kind of fuck off.
You see the blood in his
Dark.
eyes, though. It burns. It burns with that inner love for Mogis.
He just looks kind of dizzy. Because you're shaking him about, and he's not well. He's still exhausted. He just looks dizzy and done with you.
So I put him down. He's not showing his mind. I'm not going to do any more laying hands on him. He's not proven himself. I will direct this then to the eelhound, and I will say directly to the eelhound, "You seem unimpressed by my god's ways. I will give you an option, young hound. I will heal you if you show me your might, and I offer an arm." Does the eelhound accept the arm? A crooked arm resting on a nearby tree stump. Pat him on the
It's
back
up to you if you want
more
Neil
if
to
you
make
want.
an
He's gotta beat me.
athletics check versus Sokeg's athletics check.
Yeah, let's go for it.
It would be at disadvantage for Neil because of his exhaustion.
Okay.
As well as
how
the
do
size
I do this?
difference,
Because
but-
it doesn't have a athletics.
If
or
he hasn't
anything.
got athletics as a proficient skill, just click strength at disadvantage.
Bam.
A 21 though.
Oh my god, it's embarrassing.
Neil is
It's unfortunate.
I think Neil has a higher strength than you do.
He's got 19 strength.
He does. Little beast.
He's pretty terrifying as a companion. I'm hoping he doesn't completely break everything.
Has Sogeg won an arm wrestle yet?
I don't think he has.
I used to. I beat Skuts. I beat the one other gym bro in the whole group, and apparently a rat and a eel can
You
beat me.
me twice,
Tragic.
and then I beat
I am-
you.
Oh no, Dios came
I am
over
a
and blessed
scorpion
me,
of
so I
my
won.
word.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
He gave me the
That's one that
javelin
one.
I cook with.
My word. Soge's got to start training.
You got-
He is a scorpion of his word, and I will lay on hands the eel hound, as Mogus has clearly blessed him.
How much you
I'll
got?
lay on hands for another 10 points of
Another
healing.
10 points of healing.
Okay.
So he should be up to 55. Oh, that token I think that's still his old token. So in fact, let me delete that and put this new one.
He is healed.
Yeah, should be up to 55. And considering that's 10 points up from half health, he's fucking shredded.
Little beast.
He's got 90 hit points.
Little beast.
He is a little beast.
Oh, what am I going to do with it? Granted, it doesn't do a stupid amount of damage, but it's like, what am I supposed to do with this thing?
It's Dios
Hit it.
proof.
That is true.
Are you sure
For
about
now.
that?
You don't test him.
Are you sure about that?
We'll see.
So, with this interaction, as Neil slams down Sogeg's fist with his own, what would everyone like to do? So Neil is looking a little bit better, although still pretty tired. Nadrin, you're still feeling a little bit queasy, but no other negative effects at this point.
I was thinking last night that everyone here is so down and sad. They need a little pep in their life. We should throw a little party, festival, live it up a little. They're just making me sad.
Your style.
So, is there anything notably wrong with either of these two, disease-wise, at least? Since they-
Make a
they slept
medicine
in a-
check.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
To you, they don't look any different whatsoever.
You're just greener than usual. Not my problem.
Yeah, she's gone from more of a solid blue to more of that sort of cyan turquoise.
It's a good colour, though.
There's one problem with the party idea, and it's not related to anything me and Zolk were doing, but there isn't a town shopkeep anymore. It wasn't our fault.
There's only one person here that doesn't know what happened.
Yes.
This is sounding quite suspicious to me.
I just show my ring of divinity, my not ring of divinity, my ring of ascension, my noble ring, just assuming that will make everyone trust me. Into the
Strategy.
ring.
Just look
It
at
used to always
Zolk.
work.
What did you do?
I did nothing.
I mean,
Give a really
that is
strong
a
wink,
lie.
wink, and say,
It's not
technically,
technically
he's
wrong.
right.
It's, but it's also
Well,
not
actually,
right.
I may have convinced Sogeg to do some things, but what happened afterwards is definitely absolved of my problems.
I put a hand out. I say, Zolk, it is not for us heroes to speak of the gods' will. It's for the gods to decide when they tell others of our brave conquest.
Yes.
Aren't you sad you gave up the seeker of truth epithet?
Yeah.
Might have been handy.
I'll look at Skuts because she's being quiet. Do you know what they did?
He just turns really red. No.
Psst. We know your secret, Scuts. You keep quiet, we keep quiet. That's Jim Bro code.
What did you all do?
What I did was entirely separate from what they did. I'm just letting that be known.
Oh, my glasses. Technically, they both involve snails, so... Who's the liar here? Not me.
What happened? Come on. I'll make Dios
Look.
get you to talk.
Look,
Okay.
Oh, God.
We'll tell you if you don't tell the cat.
Okay.
I was catching a snail for Granny.
Okay. A bit
was
weird,
true.
but okay.
It was a bit more than just a bit weird.
She
Not
went
quite.
invisible.
Cool shit in their shells.
You can go invisible?
I found that out myself.
You
That's
literally
pretty cool.
got so angry you scared the light away from you. That's the description of turning invisible. Is you get so angry the light gets scared to touch you, so you turn invisible.
Then you
Then
can go invisible now. Now what did you two do?
Zolk saw a shopkeeper, okay, and he wasn't breathing. He wasn't waking up, and we tried to wake him up. I didn't even stealth in, and he couldn't hear me, so we rushed, because we remembered, right, Zolk, that at the river, there was loads of really loud noises, and so we brought him there. We tried to give him a bit of friction burn with a rope to wake him up. Then I was going to rush back to the town. Zolk will tell you this is true. I tried to run back to the town, and I fell over, and he fell onto a what's it called? A snail. And then he was sinking, and so I had to kick a red cap at the other side of the whelk to balance it out. And that's the whole story.
Can I insight check this?
Yeah, make an insight check, so go make a deception check.
I wish I still had my pompous ability. Come on, Sogek.
So broken.
I believe in you, Sogek. He's a devious little scorpion.
You can tell he's not giving the whole truth, but it makes enough sense that you can't tell where the plot holes are.
I like to think that I'm glowing red enough still that you just got to deal with it. You just got to accept it. Just flow with it.
God.
I'm going to attempt, not in a waste, but I say it out. Can I attempt to will of the people to essentially cement this story as fact?
Sure. Go ahead.
I want this to be how it goes down. Damn!
No, the
good
people
feeling.
aren't going to believe that this particular version of events.
It was only a shopkeep. It was a test run, Zolk, for when we
was.
get the big fry.
We'll see what we find next time.
Yes. There were points we could improve our strategy, namely the stealth part and the you having a poison first part.
I mean,
Only two parts that went wrong.
Sounds like a bit more than just a few parts went wrong.
I could do with inventing chloroform for this age. I can't lie.
Well, that would be good.
So, while whatever the fuck this is going on, Dios and actually progressing the story, what do you want to do?
Yeah, I'm starting to feel like I'm the only one trying to engage here.
Eater of hope.
We engaged in a way.
Ah, dearie me. I'm going to bang extremely loudly on the door of the mayor.
So you start banging on the door, and you hear a very groggy, "What?"
What did my cleric friend say his name was again?
His name was Alchemeos.
Mayor Alchemeos, open up. We have much to discuss. In the name of Heliod, open this door.
So you, Krathon, fuck off.
At the sound of that, I break his door down.
Okay, make a strength check. Or at least athletics check.
Cool. Guidance.
Okay, with a glorious, like the ray of sun parting the clouds, you burst through the door and see a very underdressed, overweight man and a very embarrassed-looking human commoner who, at the sound of the breaking door, screams and runs the fuck away. The noble just being pissed that his particular moment was interrupted.
I don't even let him speak. I break the door down and I immediately roar at him.
Okay.
Rude.
Save is 14. Wisdom.
Okay. So he doesn't get too intimidated. He's pretty
I'm
pissed
making a
off,
point.
but he's not frightened. He's more just annoyed.
He can be annoyed all he likes. I have Heliod behind me.
And who the fuck do you think you are breaking into my home?
I'm about the only one who's willing to do a damn thing about whatever curses fell on this village. You have a lot to answer for. And I pick him up by the scruff of his neck and plonk him in a chair.
So you plonk him, lack of clothes and everything, into a chair.
I don't care about
Everything flopping in the breeze.
I will plant the tip of my pike in between his legs and just lean in. You and I need to have a talk. And you're going to answer very, very truthfully.
What the fuck do you think? God! As the two cetaceans do sort of come and have a look. They don't have weapons drawn or anything like that, even after seeing everything. They don't seem to be overly concerned, but they are very much investigating.
With the tip of my pike in the floor between his legs, I will just slam it into the ground, just leaving it stood up in the floorboards, and I'll turn around and speak to the two guards. This man has failed in his duty as mayor of this town. I will lift whatever curse befell this god-forsaken place. He has information I need. Please do not stand in my way. And then I just turn around and pick up my pike again.
Look, we don't particularly care. Just keep the noise down. And they do go back to quote-unquote patrol. But you get the feeling that these two don't like Alchemeos at all. And it's just like, at least somebody's doing something.
I'll take a knee in front of him and go, well, the way you're behaving, your guards don't seem to like you either, so let's have this chat. I will just stride over to the bed, grab one of the sheets, and just fling it at him so he can cover his modesty.
My fucking captor's more like that fucking... Okay.
Harm yourself. No one needs to get hurt. I have no intention of harming you unless you start lying to me. Now.
Okay. What are you charging to get rid of this issue?
I'm charging nothing. I want all the information you have.
1,000 gold and you just leave it alone.
If he's trying to buy me off, I'm going to pick him up. I'm going to throw him across the room.
Okay, make an attack roll using
I'm not
strength.
going to try and hurt him. I'll throw him across the room towards his bed.
Okay.
Attack roll using strength. That should be easy enough. I will just use my pike.
Yeah, so I'm not taking the damage from it. It's more just, yeah, sure enough. As much as he tries to resist, this guy's very clearly never seen combat. So you, having travelled and wandered the wild for so long, yeah, there's very little he can do to stop you as you fling him essentially into the wall above his bed, or to the side of his bed.
I will plonk or I'll jab the tip of the pike into the floorboards again, leaving it there. I'll stride up to him and just let my claws out, and I will just put one finger with the claw out right under his chin and press. Now, let's try this again. What do you know?
What do I know about fuck? They send me to this shitty fucking village and I get to fucking don't even pay me my goddamn taxes. What? You're gonna fucking just take the money and fuck off.
I'll throw him again.
Sure, I won't make you roll as you slam him again into the wall.
I don't want to be doing this, but you have plenty of walls left. I'm sure we can make a few more dents before you lose your senses.
All right. What do you want?
Right. This town has got a curse on it. Something that is making the townspeople lethargic, lack hope, lack impetus. Clearly, something has befell this village, and it is your job. It's always been your job to do something about it. I want to know why you haven't and what you know about it.
I have nothing to do with this. What is affecting my village is simply bad luck and the will of the gods.
My God didn't will this.
And
I
yet
can
there's
tell you
15
that.
others there.
Then we best do something about it, hadn't we? So, when did this start? Any interesting or unusual happenstances? Everything could be important.
It starts about 5 years beforehand. The crops start dying, people start feeling sad because the crops start dying and stop paying me taxes. What more do you want?
Why did the crops start dying?
Because the gods fucking hate us, I don't know.
Who might know?
Just stop asking questions. You clearly don't want gold. I can get you property, I can get you women, I can get you favor.
I'll throw him again.
Sure enough, you slam him again. All right.
Bribery will get you nowhere. Actually, no, it will get you a one-way trip to the next wall of your house, so you might want to stop that. My God speaks to me. I know you probably don't believe, but we of the clergy have, let's just say, a one-way line. Something is causing this. An entity, a monster of some kind. Any large beasts sighted around these parts? Larger than usual?
It's the wilderness of Theros. There's large beasts everywhere.
Larger than usual. Ones that would potentially invoke more fear, more malaise just by looking at it.
It gives you a bit of a look. Though I'm clearly, as you can see, very well travelled. So I have seen plenty of things that will put the fear into the heart of any man.
You're the mayor. You should know anything that happens within inside your village and at least 5 miles in all directions. That's your job.
What, do you think I'm fucking prescient?
I'll throw him again.
Sure enough, he's looking pretty bruised at this point.
Yeah, I'm not trying to kill him. Definitely not trying to kill him.
Just want to throw him against a wall.
Yeah, the wall will fare worse. Now, if you don't have all the answers, you, as the mayor, you must know who lives in your village. Who might know what I need?
Look, there is no curse. There is no weird phenomenon or whatever you want to, some problem to solve. No big monsters, no fantasy epics to tell all your stories about. Just leave us alone.
I'm not after a fantasy epic. That man that you speak so disdainfully of, that's Crethon. He's my brother, and I love him. Heliod loves him, and his faith is waning because of the malaise and the cloud of evil that is covering your pathetic town. I want to know why, and I want to know the reason that why a man so dedicated to the Dawn Lord would feel so abandoned.
Maybe he was abandoned.
Of that, I can say he was not. The Dawn Lord sent me to aid him and all of you. And aid you I will, whether you like it or not. And I'll pick him up, throw him again, and walk out.
Okay.
At least we didn't terrorize all capture.
Yeah, we didn't torture the guy. Jesus.
The guy is supposed to be the mayor. He's supposed to be helping this village. He isn't.
Yeah. The shopkeeper was a capitalist, bourgeois.
Well,
I don't
no,
know,
he's just a
dude.
drunkard, but okay.
How do we
Right, he
know?
was stealing stuff.
But I will say one thing: the mayor is also still alive.
That's also
Ours
very
is
true.
might be as well. Ours might be. We don't know. No, he's definitely dead.
You set a red cap on him.
Only for a minute.
You stuck him
Hey.
to a snail that's slowly sinking into.
I
essentially
gave him a
mud.
chance to prove his might to the god of Mogis.
Okay, I'm going
Some
to walk
schizophrenics.
around here and have a bang on this door. Nothing.
Okay.
Unless anyone else wants something to do, I'm happy to wait.
Okay, we'll pass
Seeing
it to
enough.
everyone else. Is there anything?
Seeing Dios, I would just shout, do you have any news on the Eater of Hope? As I've got blood I want to spill.
I'll actually call Soge over. I'll call him over.
I scuttle.
And yes. Whoop, 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 whoop. I'll say, you've got the right idea. Start interrogating the townsfolk. Someone knows something. I know it. Try not to kill them, please. The townsfolk, they might be stupid, but they're not evil. See
hearing-
who knows.
My ears just ring as soon as you say interrogate, and I just nod. I just keep nodding. Yeah, I
I'll
know
bang
he's-
on this door.
Sure enough, it opens on its own. There are two common folk, the human and an elf by the look of it.
Yep,
But they're
I
just
will,
sort of sitting around.
not really doing anything.
Not really. They're just kind of. They're both in later lives, probably in their 60s, 50s or 60s. just kind
Okay.
of existing.
Okay, I'll prop my pike on the door frame on the outside, and I'll go in unarmed.
Can we help, stranger?
Greetings of the Dawn Lord to you. My name is Dios Plains Guide. You have likely met my brother Creethon.
Hmm. Troubled.
You're very correct. He is quite troubled, but I am trying to put him on a path of healing. It's a long path for him, I'm afraid, but I'm doing what I can. I was wondering if I may pick your brains a little bit. I need some local information, and the mayor is being less than forthcoming.
Understandable. The mayor's not the friendliest of folk. I don't know how much
Well,
we can help you, though. It's not really a lot we can give.
do you travel beyond the borders of your village much?
We're just humble farming folk, and when our fields dried, we have sat and counted grain until we run out, and then we just wait to starve to death. We still have about a year's supply left, so a little bit
Well,
of time.
I'm hoping to raise whatever curse has befell you, and I hope to allow your crops to grow again, but I need some help. I need to know what happened when your crops started to fail. Did anything unusual happen? Have you spotted any unusual looking beasts or monsters around the area? One that would perhaps fill your soul with fear or hopelessness just by looking at it.
We haven't seen anything in particular on the days before the harvest when the crops were failing. We had some bad weather. Almost seems like the shadows were moving in ways they shouldn't be, but I'm sure that was just hunger and disappointment.
I hold my hand up and say, the shadows were moving in a way they shouldn't have been. Where was this?
Seemed to be in the clouds themselves.
Interesting.
They were,
Wretched.
moving. Almost like something moving through them, but I assumed that it was, as I say, hunger.
Thank you. Yes, thank you for your time. I may come back with more questions. I won't take up any more of your time. Thank
Give
you
you
again.
a hollow smile. There's some genuine warmth behind it, but they've not really got a lot of energy.
Yeah, as soon as I
Amazing.
step outside, I look to the sky, have a look around, see if I can
Okay.
spot anything moving.
Make a perception check.
Guidance. I need it because my perception is ass.
Your perception check. You're a cleric.
I haven't taken it as a proficiency.
Yeah, you've been nice to me on this one. Uh, so you
Rolled high though.
look into the sky, searching for anything of note. But from what you can see, it is just heavy overcast. Although at the corner of your eye, you can almost, there's a slight flash of black, almost like a person's shadow walking, without a person to cast the shadow itself.
Do I see the direction?
It seems to have been walking along here, but it's a brief flash. You turn and properly focus, there's nothing there. But out the corner of your eye, you could have sworn you saw the shadow of someone walk past, but not anybody to cast that shadow.
I'm gonna plonk my. Actually, I'm gonna move around to find Sogeg very quick. Sogeg,
Yes.
you seem to have a rapport with the large gentleman here. Start with him. I need to check something.
Give him a nod.
I'm going to head back into the inn, and in the privacy of my room, I am going to ritually cast Detect Magic.
Okay, well, during those 10 minutes, let's have Sogeg and Frankos conversation, as well as see what everyone else is doing for these interrogations.
I just sort of walk over here, about to knock on this door. I'm just sort of in a huff. I just turn to Frankos and I say, Frankos, how can these fools have so little hope when there's so much good sport to be killing? Suggesting he's Mighty Salmon Bear.
I don't know, dude. This bear's got a lot of meat on it, and it was fun to kill. So, I don't know what's going on, dude. But these guys got real weak constitutions, dude. They just can't take a hit, and they don't like the good foods, dude. So it's kind of dumb.
Just those words speak true. They send me into a rage. I just scream out, "It is dumb, Frankos. It is dumb. Tell me. I'll give you an offer, Frankos. I know where even more tasty meats are. Meats you perhaps haven't even eaten yet before.
Holy shit, dude.
Can you imagine it? Can you
No.
imagine the hunt? You can't, Frankos.
It sounds good, though, dude.
Got a deal. Mogis wills it. I'll tell you where this is. I just need you to get your fire good and hot. Just good and hot, Frankos. And ready to hold something over the fire. Can you do that for me, Frankos?
I'm not cooking anything in the pot for you, dude. Because we got a lot of this Wolverine salmon trout thing, food to eat. Eel that you sent me after.
Not yet, Frankos. We're gonna start to cook.
Okay.
But then we're gonna hunt the better thing, the tasty thing.
At the sound of that, he grabs the currently boiling pot of this chopped up fresh meat stew and just chugs it. Spilling quite a lot over himself, but fully just drinks the entire stew of weird meats. And lets out a loud belch.
And with this, I'm just going to knock on the door, hoping for this person to see Frankos belching while eating something.
They do open the door to Frankos drinking this stewed Wolverine trout. And don't seem to really react, just kind of another day in the life.
I want to grab them sternly by the shoulder and just shout, how can you have a malaise when seeing such a fine feat of strength?
Because I see it every day.
I grip slightly harder.
You're kind of hurting
I'm
me.
going to say, where is your hope, little one? Where is it? Where has it gone?
Hope for what? Don't you kind of need something to hope for? To hope?
Prick, there's some twig in my head. I say, your non-hope, where do you feel it coming from? Where do you feel this?
The fact that the crops have died and the water's become rotten and the gods have abandoned us and we keep getting taxed to shit. Give me something to look forward to. Give me a reason why I should have hope.
Dios says we talk, and it doesn't work. Action's what it is. And I'm going to grab this person. I'm going to guess they're not going to be too against it. Sort of picking them up.
There's not really a great deal they can do about it, yes.
Yes. And I pass them to Frankos. And I say, Frankos, she knows where the Eater of Hope is. Find it out for me. And I just let Frankos do his biz.
He takes her from your hand and sets her down gently. Oh, how's it going, Magos? You're doing good? Not really, Frankos. This guy's just manhandling me. Oh, I get it, Dad. It's a bit of weird, but he likes me food. That That's good, Frankos. I'm going home now. Okay, see you later, Dud. He just walks off.
I'll step out of the way. I'll walk up to Frankos and I'll look at him and say, "You've taught me humility, Frankos. You can speak where these can't. Tell me, Frankos. You like to hunt, right? You like to kill, and you like to eat.
I certainly do. Those are three things that describe me perfectly, Dud.
Now, Frankos, tell me, because I can see in your eyes that you're scared sometimes. Sometimes you feel like you don't want to eat and you don't want to hunt. Is that true, Frankos?
I don't know what you're talking about, Dud. Those are your words, not mine, Dud.
Frankos, don't lie to me. I see it in your eyes.
Don't
You can
you
try
do
and hide
this
it
to me,
behind
Dud.
this.
I'm
You
not
can
having
try
it.
and- I use another one of my what's it called? My wrathful smites to make my my eyes glow red. As I say, tell me, Frankos, you feel scared sometimes.
I don't know what you're talking about, Dud. I don't do that, Dud. Don't do this to me, Dud. I thought we were
Frankos.
bros. Don't do
Frankos,
this.
we're bros. Bros, speak, Frankos. Bros, speak.
Make an intimidation check.
By the power of red eyes, I intimidate you.
Okay.
Not bad.
He just kind of shrink back as you sort of raise up and cast magic to make yourself more intimidating as you try and coax out Frankos's inner fears. Okay, Dud, okay, I get it, Dud. Sometimes I don't like that people don't like my food, Dud. And sometimes I think that because I've got these massive meat clackers and this big old gut, they're like, oh, we can't trust Frankos. He's too bitch of a dude. And we can't eat his food because we're not cool enough. And I'm like, yeah, but dudes, I'm making it for you, but they reject me, dude. And it hurts me, but not in a being punched or stabbed, but like on the inside, dude. And I don't like it.
Clasp his hand in a bro shake, and I bring him in close. I say, let it out, Frankos. Tell me, these thoughts come inside your head, yes? They come from in your head. But where in your head? Tell me what direction in your head they come from.
Okay, first of all, I need to... Okay, make a strength saving throw, please.
I don't get advantage on these, do I? Sorry, I just want to double check because I did have a new thing. No. Strength save. Oh.
Okay. As you take a tasty 14 points of bludgeoning damage as he wraps his arms around you and just starts blubbering into your shoulder. I didn't wait that long was dude. I was so hot. I just keep trying.
But I just don't get it.
I get it, dude. I don't get it. They don't have good stomachs, dude, and that's not okay, dude. So I'm thinking that I gotta go, and I gotta just go, cause I gotta find people who appreciate my food, dude.
Frankos.
And these aren't doing it.
You're speaking a mile a minute, Frankos. I'm trying to keep up. Okay? You can't... Frankos, it's not you that's the problem. It's not them. It's the bad thoughts in everyone's head. And these bad thoughts are coming from somewhere, Frankos. And I think you know where it is. You talked to Magos and you saw... How could she not like your food? She loves your food, Frankos. You know she does. We're going to find a way to stop this, Frankos.
I think you're right, dude.
You just got to tell me, Frankos, where are these bad thoughts coming from?
I
If you had to pretend that they were a weird demon creature, where is the weird demon creature, Frankos?
I don't really know what you're talking about, dude. But I know I started realizing that people don't like my food when the mayor dude started paying me to feed people. I'm like, oh, this'll get me new ingredients, dude. And I'll be like, everybody'll be my friend, and they'll love me and eat my food, dudes. But no, they didn't like it, and it made me feel sad. But I couldn't be honest about it, dude, because I gotta keep them bottled up. I gotta be strong. I'm big and tough. But no, I'm not like that, dude. And they gave me all this gold, and it's like, but it
I
makes
push
me
a
feel
finger
like
to his
shit.
lips. I put a finger to his lips, and you can just see Sogek shaking in rage as he suddenly understands that the mayor would do this as such a noble creature. I just say to Frankos, you deserve better. Now, to the east, where you found the salmon shark, the salmon bear, there's an even better creature. There's a snail with a weird shell. A shell not like the others. It looks like it has 2 extra faces on it. Frankos, that's some good eats.
Honestly,
Okay,
dude, I
Frankos.
kind of need to sit and digest the fucking shark I just drank. So, I'll be there in a minute, okay, dude?
Frankos, you got this. And I don't know what everyone else is doing, but I would, after this, start walking very angrily up to the mayor's office.
Okay. So, while whatever that was happened, Scuds, you seem to be doing something.
All right, yeah. She just kind of we're interrogating people, so she wandered off in a direction, and she found the smell of a barn and started wandering that way. Oh, why am I moving the? Okay, there we go.
Indeed, you did find the smell of a barn. As you do find a small stables with a pair of horses that again seem quite run down. Although well groomed and well maintained, there's just they again don't have that kind of life to them. As well as a centaur in the paddock with them, kind of grooming and trying to maintain them.
She's gonna look him dead in the eye, tears welling up in her face. Even the horses are sad. And she's gonna drop to her knees.
So, at seeing this bipedal horse enter the quadruped stables, the centaur comes over as he ushers the horses to go to feed. Is there anything I can help you with? It's kind of odd to see. I mean, I haven't seen one of your kind in a while, so what y'all doing here?
Sorry, I was checking out my captivating trait, trying to see if it has any use right now. Scouts is gonna try to bring herself back up from the moment she had there.
He does offer you a hand up.
She reaches up and takes it. We're trying to help, but I don't know what's making everybody so sad. So sad the horses are sad too. Are you sad?
I guess. Kind of just don't really know where to go anymore, which is kind of odd. I still get this feeling of like I just need to keep going and going, like I did when I grew up. I'm sure you understand. But then I just kind of settled after we arrived here, and it's just like I guess there's not really much point in constantly moving, in the same way as there's not much point in constantly staying.
So you used to travel, and then you came here, and you stopped?
That sums it up quite nice.
Man, you must be real sad.
If
I threw a party, would you feel happy? She desperately searches his face to see if giving them something to look forward to might perk them up slightly.
It gives you kind of almost a pitying smile. I think we're a little past that point, darling.
Have you been here long enough to know when things changed, or is it always been like this?
Well, the little ones and I, he gestures back to the two horses. We've only been here a couple months. I was escorting a small caravan through the area, and something attacked. Not lots of us survived. I took what little I could from the wagons and made sure to save the horses. Stayed here to rest, and sure enough, we never really left.
Alright. She's gonna sidle up real close to him. You and me, we both like horses, right? You want your horses to be happy, right?
I mean,
She goes,
I feel some kind of understanding with them, but not in a racial kind of way. Just kind of, I like my animals. Not all centaurs know how to tame horses. We don't tend to ride them. Just,
well, any good pet owner wants their animals to be happy. So unless you're an ass, what's the mayor up to?
I take personal offense to being called an ass. I am indeed a centaur, not a donkey.
Sorry.
To be honest, I haven't really had much interactions with the mayor. He let us buy this house. But aside from that, not a great deal of time to speak. Not too keen on us because we were from out of town, but the supplies we managed to salvage from our passing caravan, he was quite happy to take as tax and payment.
All right. Well, you have a good day then. She's very suspicious that he doesn't even care about his horse's well-being.
I mean,
There's some suspicious shit going on here.
He's very clearly looked after them as best he can, but he is running out of supplies and that sort of thing, and he's just kind of given up.
No, I mean, exactly. You can't give up. He's being a bad horse dad. All right. She's gonna reach into her bag of bullshit. Oh God, and hand him. Attempts to hand him the Cyclops eye. You know what? No, she's gonna put that one back in. She's learning.
Yeah, the eye of the Cyclops you killed in the very first session.
I didn't even know you'd taken that.
Did Calamity? No, not. Did the Collector let me grab two things?
Yes, and pick which one you want actually to pull out.
All right, she's gonna rustle around there and pull out a second item, and she will hand him a small mirror that shows a much older version of the VR. Well, here's something to look forward to. And she hands him the mirror and walks off.
He looks in a mixture of horror and confusion.
Must be giving them hope. Lordy.
I've only been outside of the woods for like a week now, okay?
Are you
working on my social skills.
Are you taking the mirror back or are you giving it to him?
I just handed it to him and walked off.
Okay, let me find it and get rid of it from your bag.
And the Cyclops eye was from our very first battle together. There's no way I'd give that away. It's too precious.
Elite item. There we go. There's now only a whopping 62 things in your bag of infinite shit.
And a snail. Alright. Done with this guy.
Counts more than one thing.
Okay. Then we'll go to Zolk and Nadrin, depending on what you're doing.
Sick 'em.
I'm not really sure how to go about this, so Nadrin?
I mean, if you just don't want to interrogate people, you're quite welcome to just not interrogate people. That's not a guaranteed need.
I I'm gonna walk over to this pond here.
Okay.
Not the pond again.
You've got to stop putting it in the pond. This poor eel.
I'm not gonna put the eel in the pond. God. There's clearly something wrong with this water. I don't know what to do. So, we're gonna go over to this very small pond. And I'm just gonna see if I can destroy the water in it.
Okay. Let me have a look at exactly how destroy water works. So you can destroy up to 10 gallons of water in an open container. Okay. So it would take multiple casts of the spell, so quite a while, even for that small amount. But sure enough, you managed to turn it into an empty, if very scummy and full of now slowly drying algae and pond weeds. A couple dead or a couple tangled frogs within those weeds, but that's about it.
And if I create a bit of water?
Okay.
Does it's
You, you can
just like
fill it back up, but
one, it starts to look all gross and grimy again.
I mean, you've not really taken out any of the algae or the pond weeds or anything like that. So, while initially, as soon as it hits it, it would still be considered fresh water, it wouldn't stay fresh for all that long.
I don't really know what I'm doing here. I'm just like trying things.
Nothing
To brush
ventured.
up the-
Uh,
Gotta get the elbow grease out and make yourself a new pond. Get a shovel. Get digging.
more wondering if there's a way to get at least this small pond to maybe be clean? Clean water?
You could get rid of the algae at the bottom. Might make it nice.
Up to you if you want to start scrubbing the inside of a pond out.
I'll leave it for now.
Okay. So I think that's everybody. So, Dios, you were casting Detect Magic, I believe. Let me grab the
That
token.
deep in prayer right now.
And I believe it's 30 feet. Okay. You can't detect any magic.
Really deep in prayer.
Very deep in prayer.
My
Sorry,
God.
I'm in the middle of eating a grape.
Well, that's what
You
it's
become
Oh,
getting
very
at.
Greek.
Yeah, I'm eating my grapes. Oh, my grapes. Right.
So yeah, you were casting Detect Magic.
Yep.
From where you are, there is nothing magical you can detect.
Man's going for a stroll. A brisk walk through the town. Start in the middle.
Okay. You can definitely detect quite a bit of magic, mostly enchantments. Let's have a look. What? I'm trying to think of the schools of magic, because that's what it tells you, isn't it? It's the school, not the actual
Yes.
spell. The schools of magic. I just need the bloody list of them. No,
It's an illusion. I'm going to be.
Look at the 5e wizard subclasses because you'll get the
oh,
special.
there you go. There we go. Arcane traditions. There we go. Okay, you would find definitely enchantment. And a little bit of illusion coming from. So you definitely find enchantment on the two guards from inside the shop and inside the noble's home. You would find illusion within the shop and the noble's home, and abjuration within, again, the shop and the noble's home.
Okay, I'm ignoring the shop and going straight. And I will slap Stowgag on the shoulder and say, "Follow me, please.
So actually,
We're talking to the
at
mayor
this
again."
point, he's not
I will just say
actually
to
there.
Dios, he made Frankos cry. This
Well, we can't
be
have
allowed.
that, can we?
This
We
cannot be
can't have that.
allowed. A slant on a king's servant. I won't live by it. He was
So-
scarpered though. He's scarpered.
As you go back in the busted open door, the noble is nowhere to be seen.
Okay.
In anger, can I please stab one of the walls with my spear?
Sure.
I
Make an
want to break
attack
the
roll.
wall. I'm very angry. Yeah.
Okay. You stab a hole straight through one wall into the other room.
So, Gag.
I'll look through it and see if he's there.
He's not on the other side now.
Oh,
So, Gag,
yes.
do you mind using your blood sense and telling me if he's actually still in the room?
Yes. As I will sniff deep. And yeah, use blood sense is a direction of a... Because he should be bloody at this point. You hurt him a lot.
I threw him
So
around.
there are people pretty much everywhere. Most of them are to the south. So it's just direction of them, isn't it?
Yes, just direction.
Okay, so there is obviously one person this way, one person this way, one
Juicy
person
mess that
this
direction,
way,
I guess.
one person this way, one person this way,
300 foot, so I hope you're doing everybody.
one person this way, two people this way, another person this way,
I'll allow
one
all
person
that.
this way, two people this way, another one this way.
Let me do that group.
Another one this way, another one this way. The horse is at the bottom. Quite a
Is this
few
worth
this
it, Dios?
way.
Look at what you've done.
So there's what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Stuck in the hole.
7 this way. Another there, and so on. So yeah, there's quite a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll just say, okay, you're going to have an aneurysm.
I don't
Calm down.
stop him, Dios. And the
I will-
numbers, they count up to what I've seen walking around.
I will use my currently active detect magic to hone in on the ping of illusion.
Okay. So there, it seems to be coming from underneath the bed.
So, okay, can you remove that bed from my sight,
Yes.
please?
Dios, I just remembered my powers of Mogis. I'm going to use a divine sense. Is there
That's
a...
Oh, okay, right.
seems
hold on.
quite useful.
300.
Where's that little
Oh,
beano?
sorry, where's 60 feet?
And in the meantime, I just will break the shit out of this bed.
Okay.
I like how it mentions Strahd.
Do.
Why wouldn't it mention Strahd?
He's so edgy he
Okay.
could be in Theros.
It's in every world.
You don't detect anything through divine sense.
Okay.
As
He's not a
it's,
fiend.
yeah.
He's not the Eater of Hope.
Now, what I will say is that in the same direction as where the illusions seem to be coming from, you definitely get a minor desecrated feel.
Ooh.
That
Okay.
can't be good.
Well, I'll tell Dios is all about desecration, so I'll relay that to Dios. And I'll break this bed by just laying my bulk on it. And crack the bed and hope that the
divine
eagle's head
sense off,
underneath it.
'cause-
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. So, yeah, you won't make you roll to just destroy the bed. And sure enough, there's just floorboards underneath.
He's lucky because I was just going to literally just sit on him as well.
I'll
Give Dios some breathing room.
excuse me, get my pike out and I'll lever some of the floorboards up.
Well, you tap along some of the floorboards, only for your pike to go clean through one of them.
Cool. I will say a quick prayer to Heliod and say, there best not be something that can hurt me on the other side of this floorboard. And then plunge my hand into it and just see what's in there.
So it seems to be just leading to a small crawl space, or like sort of dugout area under the building, probably only about a foot or two deep. You immediately touch metal, and lots of it. It's lots of small metal objects.
Ooh. Jackpot.
Okay. Dios just sort of sighs and says, and just pulls out a handful of gold coins.
Yep.
He steals from his subjects. An outrage. And I'm just going to jab again at a
squandering.
wall. It is disgraceful, Dios.
It certainly is.
A royal does not treat his subjects as pay cows. They should grovel, but he should feed.
Good God.
We got to kill this guy. We're in agreement, Dios, right? We've got to kill this guy.
No.
He must pay with a token blood gesture.
One moment. I'm just going to check about the what my my god demands.
Quick chat with Heliod.
Quick moment with Heliod.
Dios, if you went to Mogis, you would never have to ponder. His goals are clean and clear.
Okay, so Heliod likes it if I carry out punishment on a fugitive from justice. The guy's done a runner, he's a fugitive, he's got to pay.
Yes. I will not offer a handshake as I do understand Dios's disdain for the bloody arts, but I will offer a meaningful nod in perhaps a mutual understanding.
An unspoken agreement. This guy's got to fucking pay.
So, are you doing anything else with the illusory floorboard?
I am scooping up all of that gold and
Should we
keeping
get,
it
should
for
we
him.
get Zolk to walk under there, or a small person to
That's not a bad shout, actually.
small person ho.
I'll stick my head out the door and just scream, Zolk, get your scrawny ass over here.
You'll scurry on over us. Yes?
There's a dark hole, and you're quite small, and you like dark places. I want to know what's in there. Go on. I'll give
All you
him
had to say was there was a hole.
yeah, I'll give him a gentle
more
kick up
mention.
the arse.
I'm driving. Down he goes.
A
Okay.
gentle kick up the arse.
As you have superior dark vision, you can just see everything almost perfectly clearly. I mean, it's in black and white, but you can still very much tell what it is. There is pretty much a bed of gold coins and various items sort of mixed into them. A couple flasks, some empty, some full. A couple seemingly weapons of some kind, but it's mostly jewels and coins.
Well, given that I wasn't given directions about the hole, he's going to start scooping up the gold.
Okay. Make a sleight of hand check, because it's cramped even for you. It's not like a full crawl, but it's literally you've essentially been put into a coffin that's already half full of gold. Okay.
Seem to be fine with this.
Let's see how
Nope,
much,
I don't know.
how much cash you end up getting.
I'm less interested about the cash. Items I'm about.
I'll do.
I need to stock up on javelins at some point.
Let's see what this ends up doing. There you go, 400 gold pieces.
Ooh, very nice.
All right.
Oh my god.
My funding
Do you
problem
hide
Not,
this?
it's not
solved.
Do you
all
hide
gold.
this
It's some of it's in small gemstones and stuff like that.
Okay.
Are you going
as
for
I-
any of the items, or are you just going for gold?
I will take the gold and then start passing the items up towards whoever's at the entrance to the hole.
I'm looking for a couple of things in particular, actually, from this pile of random assorted valuables. I need a ruby of 50 gold pieces or less, or more, sorry. And I need some platinum.
Oh,
I don't need a lot of it. I
It's a
don't need
big-
a lot of platinum.
If there was any of that, I'll part with it.
So you've got none from what you've picked up yourself. You can have an investigation check if you want to try and find specific things.
Alright.
could I?
No,
Oh, wow.
not okay. It's all in black and white, and a ruby looks very similar to an emerald, or to quartz, or to a shiny rock.
He'll
in
just
the
pass
picture.
up a rock.
So,
I think that's
I
a
found
potion.
the ruby!
Thanks, Dolk. Thanks, Dolk.
same for the
Zolk,
difference between gold coins and platinum coins.
Can I just... Zolk, you're blind down there, aren't you? Can you just pass up some handfuls at least?
Start shoveling up there. Get it all out of the hole.
It's going to take you a while to get everything out.
This is fine. Other people
We've
have
got a
things
moment.
to do.
Okay. So in total, not including the 400 that Zolk has gathered, there's about 2,000 gold pieces. There would be an assortment of gems up to about the value of... I'd say there are... I'll roll for it. Let's do...
2 gold pieces of
Oh,
rubies.
5 gems worth 50 gold apiece. So I'm happy with those being rubies. Anything
I
similar.
only need one
such.
ruby.
So there are 5 of those equivalent. There are also... let's have a look at what other shit that I've decided to put in there. A couple small pouches containing some kind of dried substance. A couple potions. What else can I throw in there that'll be funny? A couple jeweled statues.
Staff of power?
Javelins. Could do with some javelins.
Let's have a look.
You'd have javelins if you didn't keep giving them away.
Well, that's why I need more. The people must
He
have
needs more
javelins.
gifts.
That would be funny. A couple very shiny stones. Yeah, I think that's about it. So yeah, a handful of potions. So about 4 potions, 2 of which have already been drunk.
You know what would be really funny?
Go on.
An alchemy drug.
You'd have thought so, but I think we've run that joke into the ground.
Never run the alchemy drug joke into the ground.
There are a couple of jeweled statues, some that are essentially like brooches, sort of size ones, some in the shape of butterflies, some in... What's the other one that I was going to go for? Open them all up. Yeah, I'll work with them. So yeah, a handful of little statues and
Tiny stones.
yeah, these shiny stones.
They're not magical.
They definitely feel. You can almost feel the hairs on your hand stand on end if you pick them up.
Well, just to nip it in the bud, I am just going to say we do not take all the gold. We take a
I
tax.
agree.
We will not deprive
Oh,
these
yeah,
people of their
and 2
right to
needles.
buy arms.
Yeah, 2 magical
2
needles.
needles.
Yeah.
Do like crochet.
2 magical needles.
Indeed.
She doesn't use 2 needles.
I've still got set magic up. What school of magic are they?
All of them are enchantment.
Interesting. I wish I had identified, but I don't.
Only one way to find out then.
I will pick up the 2 needles and play with them in my hands and see what happens.
Okay. You can tell that they are magical. It's up to you if you want to willingly
I let them attune to me.
attune to them. Okay.
Use my body magic needles.
Let's have a look. Which one's the first one that we're going to do?
Oh, it was fun playing this character, guys. It was a cool character. Don't be cursed. Just be something I can give someone. It's my. Well, they're going to be cursed. They're going to be so cursed.
No, you're just going to become a grandma.
Okay. So the
Ooh.
first one that you grab a hold
Oh,
of, it starts leaking an ink into your skin that travels across the outside of your skin until it reaches the center of your forehead and creates a very intricate tattoo of an eyeball.
Okay.
I need to give you access to this one. And what's the
Oh my.
other one?
Okay. It's not what I was expecting. Oh. What does the other do?
I'm deciding that now because
As I will say then for now, as the others see, I peer into your souls, as I have an all-seeing eye tattoo. It's an attuned
another
item.
one
Sorry.
coats your vaguely humanish hands, but looking very much like scorpion claws.
Oh, I'm
So it's
keeping
like
that one.
very innate looking scorpion.
An Eldritch Claw tattoo. While the tattoos in your skin, your unarmed strikes are considered magical. Overcome immunity and resistance to non-magical attacks and get a +1 attack and damage rolls. If we ever get a monk, rip the old monk, but
I can.
Yeah, look at Eldritch more though.
bonus action, you can empower the tattoo for 1 minute. The duration, each of your melee attacks with a weapon or unarmed strike can reach a target up to 15 feet away from you. As inky tendrils launch towards the target. In addition, your melee attacks deal an additional 1d6 force damage on hit.
I need that in my life.
So that's a 30-foot range for a minute.
Oh! Oh, shit!
With
I
your
might share
melee
that love out
attack.
eventually, but I'm gonna have to get one use of that first before I give that one up.
You're
As I
not
will,
attuned to anything
however-
else, are you?
No.
Okay, good.
I will unattune to the all-seeing eye tattoo, though. As the sight too much for me to take, I wrench it from my body.
Okay.
As I will say, if anyone wants advantage on wisdom insight checks, and it gives you a better way to discern the opinions and intent of others. It seems like something Togic doesn't need.
That sounds like something Theros definitely needs.
Okay, so we're going to put
I
it
will
for Dios.
throw. I will put the needle on the ground. I'll keep the shout of the Eldritch Claw tattoo. Holy shit. Until I get bored of having like 50-foot range, I will give it then to someone else who probably needs it. I've already got 15 feet.
It's only, like I said, it's only for the minute.
For the minute.
So it's not
It sounds
the
too
end
funny.
of it, but it's just like, oh, for fuck's sake.
I'm going to do it once, I'll give it its moment. I mean, it's still 2 rocks.
The same for Dios if you are going to attune to the magical tattoo. You can't really see it under your fur, but there is a tattoo of a third eye in the centre of your forehead.
Doesn't come up because of the fur, so it's all good.
You
This
can't
makes, like-
ruin that sexy look of yours.
It just looks like, when dogs get like patches on their skin and it comes out as like a sort of, well, like a dot on their fur. You just have a
Yeah.
little dot in the middle of your head now. Oh, I'm going to call you Spot.
So there's I said, a couple potions and a couple sort of satchels of strange dried materials. And then there are the couple shiny stones and a couple sparkly statues.
I want the
Any
shiny
platinum?
stones.
No platinum.
Damn.
I'm gonna run outside, just like showing off my arm, just saying to everyone, like, "Look at my cool tattoo! Look at
Sweet ink.
this tattoo is cool!" And I'll point to yours and I'll say, "Listen, there's wondrous gifts inside the." Well, it's like hush tones. I don't want the common folk to hear this, but I'll say to Nadrin and Skuts that there's wondrous gifts in the old house of the mayor if you want to get a shiny stone or a glittering statuette. A needle gave me a tattoo, so imagine what they'll give you.
I'm making a point of not taking anything beyond that needle and the ruby. I'm going to go back to patrolling the village, looking for anything out of ordinary while I still got detect magic.
I'm
Okay.
happy with my findings.
So what have you? Just your 400 gold.
Yes.
Okay.
Won't be taking any more of it. The people's got to buy weapons. They need gold for that.
So that they can kill the mayor.
Exactly. Slaughter must be had, and for that they must have weapons. So anyone else want to take the roll the dice
I was
on what
gonna
these
say,
magic stones are, the statuette?
Does anybody else want any of the potions, consumables, stones, or the 2 grand in gold coins that's still there?
No, that stays.
I'll take one of the statuettes.
I'm interested in the
Okay.
rocks.
Oh, nothing's been cursed yet,
So,
Skuts. It's all been fine.
But what's the other one?
There.
All right,
I'm
so
gonna go
Scouts
back
will
to,
wander over to check out the trove. What kind of stuff did you find, Sogeg?
I think there's some lame gold and some silly, like, fancy statuettes. But I think what you'd like, there were 2 stones in there, and they were really shiny. Like, really shiny. They looked like they go well with your snail.
Yeah, show me the rock, Sogeg. She's just gonna, I guess, follow him to the little...
Yeah, like, crumple through, wade through all the gold, like, shoving it out the way.
Okay, so there are 4 shiny rocks.
Okay,
If you're going for
Scouts
the
will
shiny
pick up the
rocks.
rocks.
Okay,
Yeah.
I need to roll.
It's got a feeling that of all things to be cursed, it's going to be them.
Okay. Oh, fantastic! It's one of each. Yeah, you've got 4 shiny rocks. Each feels a little bit different in your hand. But unless you've got a way to identify them.
I don't think so. Can I try to attune to them?
They don't require attunement.
Oh.
You can make an Arcana check to try and study them, try and understand them.
One on the
Alright,
floor.
See if Granny's had any shiny rocks like this.
Nope.
No. I've never seen anything like these before. Thanks, Sogeg. They're awesome.
Yeah, I reckon if you beam someone in the head with one of them, it's just going to be, like, really good. They look like good beaning rocks.
They do feel like they have been purposefully shaped to be thrown or to be, projectiles.
She has to resist the urge to just huck one through the wall right now, so she's gonna like excitedly put them in her shirt.
Your stinger attacks do count as unarmed strikes.
Yes. Oh,
Oh god.
that stinger got mean.
So, are you throwing one of these stones or?
Mm.
You
She
save
doesn't-
them for a special occasion.
I'm gonna save them.
Okay, just note down that you've got 4 of strange stones, and need to remember that you've got essentially one of each of them.
The biggest
One of
like,
each
double
what?
bluff is, isn't it? It's
Just put one of each strange stones. There you go. That's a good way for me to remember.
definitely just 4 different sized stones. It's the double bluff of the century.
Absolutely.
Gotta be.
So, anyone else poking through this little mountain of treasure that's definitely not been got through unethical means, or potentially may let something track you?
No.
I'm definitely there if something want to track.
Also,
someone, track us.
Dios, pause there for a moment because while
Okay,
everyone else
that's
is
fine.
but you would have detected magic at this point.
Yeah, I'll stay there.
So there's 2 statues, or basically one that look like little gemstones that have been converted into insects, and one is part of a piece of jewellery, a couple of pouches with, as I say, dried goods within them, and 4 potions, some of which look empty.
Of the potions, can you tell anything by just looking at them what they are, or?
Okay, so let's have a look. Which ones have we got? So one looks like it's made. It looks like blood. Just straight up, just looks like blood. The other one, let's have a look. What's it going to be? The other one is a clear liquid, but it seems to have bits of soot and salt swirling in it, so like grains swirling inside it.
Intrigued by these ones.
Look at it and see if we can tell what they do.
You can make an Arcana check to try and identify one of them.
Don't be shit, don't be shit.
That's pretty
Oh,
shit.
shit.
That's not going to do it.
I could use my poisonous kit to see if they're anything of that nature.
You could do.
That would be a.
That would be an Arcana check, but if you don't already have proficiency with it, you would gain proficiency. So basically, you'd add a +2 to it.
Okay. So a +2 to whatever this is. Oh, pain.
Not good.
Can I have a look at the one that's blood? I feel like I'd get that one.
So it's a small vial of blood.
Can I make an Arcana then to attempt to see if there's any magical nature?
You certainly
Or do I
can
know?
try.
See the crit.
Okay. You look into it. It's very deep red blood. And as you lean closer, you can almost feel static around it. So you get the feeling that the blood has come from something lightning related, or something that causes lightning damage.
Is this a potion of blow yourself up with lightning, or a potion of give
You
yourself lightning to blow up?
Although it's in a little potion bottle, you don't think it's a potion as such, as more of it is literally just a vial of blood.
bomb. Ah, this is an aggressive. This looks like something that if you beamed at someone, it would do loads of damage.
With that Arcana check, no, not really. It's more of a, if you wanted to imbue something with the power of whatever gave this blood, if you painted it with it, you may add that type of damage.
A riddle, to be sure. How wide is the neck of the bottle?
It basically looks like an ink bottle.
Oh, okay. I can't put Pogeg in it then.
No.
I worry for his blood needs. Does anyone like lightning, I guess? I don't. Lightning is blood, which is cool, but lightning, which is lame. So I'm torn.
Should I chug it?
Oh my god, that'd be crazy. I'll just give the bottle straight away at the hearing of that. Sogeg's on board.
Are you serious? You want me to drink it?
Yeah.
Alright. To the chance of chug, she just starts downing the bottle.
Okay. Would you like to attune to this or not?
Oh my god.
I mean, I'm dumping it down my face. If it wants to magically attune, I guess I'm on board with this.
Okay, your horn now does lightning damage.
Oh yes, that's cool.
As it was a it was a vial of blue dragon blood. And if you paint it onto claws, horns, or a beak of either companion or natural weapons, it basically changes the damage type from whatever it normally is to the dragon's type of damage. So I'm basically saying that because you've drank it, your horn now does lightning damage rather than piercing damage.
That's nice.
There's nothing that can go wrong from chugging unidentified liquids. Yeah!
We've learnt invaluable information here.
Hearing this revelation.
So this is you're 2 for 2 for this.
Oh god,
down the soup one.
So you're just going to down the other one?
Yes.
Okay.
A look of horror as I like try and stop him as he's mid chug. I'm like, no, wait, Zolk.
So you down it, and you kind of don't feel a great deal different.
Oh no.
Other than the conversation, or at least commentary, Nadrin and Neil are giving to each other, you can actually understand. As for the next hour, you comprehend all languages.
Oh, fuck.
As it was a potion of comprehension.
Oops.
It's like we got a nerd over here.
Only temporarily.
Let's give him a swirly.
Oh, you can talk to Pogeg now.
Or Pogeg doesn't really have a language, so...
Pogeg says nothing nice.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to understand Pogeg. You can understand all languages, but as Pogeg can talk to Sogeg and Nadrin because they speak with animals, but not because it actually has a language.
He's a sweet little dumb.
Gus missed that note. It's good. She's not sure how all this works. It's fine.
It's all magical bullshit anyway.
Have we checked the 2 statuettes yet?
So there's the 2 statuettes, there's a handful of pouches of some kind of substance, and then there's 2,000 gold pieces.
Pick up the mystery
And
substance.
4 gemstones worth 50 gold pieces.
Mystery substance.
So there's 3 of them, little leather pouches of something.
Oh, that's got to be I'm not going to touch them then. I'll pick up a statuette. I'll pick up the first statuette I see and gaze into its golden beauty.
Okay. So roll a d20 for me just so I can determine which one you're picking up.
And just random chance I grab one.
Okay. Let's have a look. Okay, so you pick up one that seems to be a small shaped gem. But as you pick it up from under the coins, it seems to form almost like a small chain with it connected to the end.
This is clearly a sign of my right to ascend, and I will wear the chain.
Okay. Are you going to attune to it?
Yeah, go on then.
Okay, it's a headband of intellect.
Oh my god! Sogeg's he's 2 for 2.
There you go. Your intelligence score is now 19 while you wear it.
Yes! Oh my god, yes. Sogeg will take this.
Now who's the nerd?
His head becomes wide and big. As I say, oh, this gold, how vulgar and obtuse. as I leave saying other big words. Start saying indubitably a lot. Indubitably,
Dr.
it is so.
Sogeg, PhD.
Dr. Sogeg.
PhD
I'll
in
catch you
murdering
in a
people.
bit. I'm gonna go nerd out and make myself a telescope. Might even murder someone along the way. Well, that's pretty ridiculous. Okay. I like that. I like that.
Thankfully, we've got no intelligence casters, so I'm like, yeah, sure.
This is going to be useful. This is going to be useful eventually.
And plus, we've got an entire party of, I think everybody bar one person has a negative in their intelligence.
You know what? I think I'm going to keep it because I think I'm the only person who has a positive in this party. I already have positive intelligence, so
I'm on a flat 0, so
Minus
I'm
one.
-1. I'm a 9.
you are
I'm
not.
also at -1.
Oh,
That's
How
why I
low-
murder you for it. Because it might make her smart enough to be able to multi-class into an artificer, which is what I kind of want to do. These like badly cobbled together inventions. Here's my squirrel stick! Go, so gang, you got it! It's just like a badger on the end of a stick.
I kind of want you to do that with the low intelligence, though.
I mean, there's nothing stopping me. All right. Anyway, I wanted to throw a party. The party's not gonna work. Dios is smart, so I'm gonna try to go find where Dios is heading.
So if there's anything else in the treasure pile you want, so at the moment there is the small statuette of insects, 3 leather pouches, and then the gold coins and the gemstones. Unless any of you are going for that, you can leave them. Well, at the moment they're currently just sort of splayed out on the floor. You can push them back into the secret hole if you want, or you can just sort of leave them out for people to go and steal later.
Those mystery pouches sounded like a Zolk thing if ever there was one. I got to be real.
Yeah. I was waiting for someone else to say something first, but yeah.
Okay. Okay, which one are you opening first? Or having a look at first? You're going to look through all of them? Okay.
Yes.
One of
I'll
them...
take a curse.
You look inside, and it's seemingly empty.
Seemingly?
It feels full, but you look inside, and it just looks empty. The second one is full of it's basically a wide flat pack with large leaves that are sort of moist and kind of damp. And then you've got another one containing some small bark, which you can tell was from some kind of thorn bush. And it's quite fragrant, it's quite nice smelling.
That's the one barked to Nadrin. Because I don't see me being able to use that. The seemingly empty one, can I try putting one of my gold pieces into it and see what happens?
Okay. There's now a gold piece inside it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does it not interact with anything that's already in there, or what?
It doesn't seem to.
It's just a heavy bag.
It's a seemingly heavy pouch.
That has definitely got something in it.
You can make an Arcana check to try and recognize anything from it or work out what it does. Okay. These are relatively easy to find when it comes to magical items. It's a handy spice pouch. You essentially close it, demand a type of seasoning, and you'll get exactly 1 pinch of it. So you say, I want some salt, and then you open it up, and then sure enough, there's a pinch of salt in there. Or you seal it up and you go, I want some chipotle chilies, and then sure enough, out comes some chipotle.
If they existed in ancient Greece.
Well, it's just chilies that are dry smoked, so...
Just put in
Zolk
spelling
will,
search, be fine.
Zolk will hold out the pouch to Scuts and be like, I think this might help with your cookies. They'll be interesting.
Salt and pepper
Oh.
cookies.
She's gonna open it up and just dump a bunch of sugar in her mouth if it'll make that.
We'll do a pinch at a time.
It's fine. Pinch of sugar's good.
So, I will send this to
Thanks,
Scuts.
Zolk.
So it doesn't require attunement. It has 10 charges, but it regains 1d6 plus 4 charges every day. So you've got basically 10 uses of non-magical food seasonings, and then it recharges after that.
And what was the last one again?
So the other two, there was the large sort of wet leaves, and then there was the dried bark and thorns.
I don't know what I could do with either of those.
You can make a medicine check to see if you can work out.
Okay. I'm gonna figure out where my
There
mouse
we
is.
go, an actual medicine check. Well done.
Nice.
We're getting there.
So the wet leaves are sealer's leaves. There seems to be 3 of them in there. So you basically peel back the outer layer and slap the wet leaves onto an injury, and it essentially works as a bandage. So, as an action, a creature can apply a sealer's leaf to an open wound or injury that either they or a creature they can touch that has. They must make a medicine check, restoring 8 hit points on a success or 1d8 on a failure.
Those are really good, but definitely put them in your inventory and remember them.
Yeah,
they do
or
have an
those are-
addiction DC, so there is a chance of getting addicted to them.
Worth it. Addicted to living, what could be worse?
So, sealer's
Off we
leaves.
bury.
So you've got 3 sealer's leaves.
Yeah, and then the bark is something.
You have a small one-use pouch of dawning leaf, which is a dried branches and small leaves and thorns. When burned, it produces a fragrant aroma. All creatures within 30 feet may make a Constitution saving throw or fall asleep for an hour. After the sleep is completed, the creature is considered to have had a long rest. A creature can choose to hold its breath to give advantage on the saving throw and constructs an undead or immune. And that
That's
also
really
has an addiction DC. So it's either a really useful, let's try and put some people to sleep, or, right, we need to have a long rest, but let's also not risk getting addicted to Dawning Leaf.
Okay.
So you've got one
That
use
could
of
be
Dawning Leaf.
interesting.
Those could be useful. That's a very quick question, but now that I am very big-brained, does that mean my additional 3 extra
You would get
challenges? I get 3 more.
you would get 3 new proficiencies, yes.
Oh, all in Dragon Chess.
No.
Yeah, feel
No,
free to
I
pick
don't think
any language, skill,
Yes.
or weapon that you can gain proficiency with.
I have to think about that.
So.
Actually, what? Oh, no, what do you speak Sylvan?
Wait, what?
Really tough.
So you gain additional proficiencies for each modifier you have for intelligence. So if you have a +2 to your intelligence, you get 2 additional proficiencies. If you have a -1, you lose 1. This is why I took some when you made your characters.
Oh.
Very nice. I'm gonna have to ponder.
But because he's now buffed up his thing, you make a note of which ones you've added because you'd lose them if you ever unattuned
yeah.
to the.
I put a little dash next to him.
Okay, so unless anyone else, there's the one last magical item in there if you want to go for them. Otherwise, there's also the gold. Does anybody want to
Can I
go
have
for
a
it?
look at the last magical
Magical
words.
item.
Yeah, that.
They are two sort of little gemstones with seemingly see-through metal, essentially wings attached to either side.
Ooh.
There's a pair of them. They seem to be a matching pair.
Is there anything about them that I can tell what they do, or someone else can
Again, you
tell
can make
what they
an
do?
Arcana check if you want to sit and study them, see if you can work something out. Okay. You get the feeling that these will make you more mobile, but maybe potentially have a little bit less control over your ability to stay still.
I don't know what they do.
So yeah, the
Right,
and
look,
yeah,
shall-
your legendary items wouldn't require attunement now.
They don't do no. Cool.
I'm being nice because
Yes.
they're basically a major part of your character. So yeah, they will make you more mobile, but also make it hard to stay still.
Oh, I've had. Oh,
Don't
Okay.
spoil it, Sogag.
no, I'm not going to. I'm trying to remember this was this campaign for a second. No, it definitely wasn't. He said, Nadrin, a fine pair of boots you have there.
Well, they're not boots. It's two
Boots.
gems
Two gems.
with sort of steel approximate or sort of metal approximations of wings.
Beautiful. You should put
Hey.
them on your back and fly.
Um,
You would be majestic.
sure, I'll take them.
Okay, are you going to attune to them or just take them?
What Nissa would want. Faster, even.
Almost.
This is something I just completely made up, or is that
No,
is a thing?
I'm pretty sure it sounds.
That's a planeswalker.
Yeah, Magic the Gathering related.
She's a green planeswalker. Completely wrong colour.
Curse youth playing card games in Akros. They've muddled my mind.
So, are you going to attune to these strange gems, or you going to? Okay. As you attune to them, they essentially animate, come to life a little bit as they circle down your body and clip on to your heels. You've got some boots of butterflies.
Hey!
I like these things too much. They have to come with
They
me.
would-
Yeah, you're
When do we get the crown?
probably never. So yeah, while attuned to the boots, your walking speed increases by 10 feet. Your footsteps don't touch the floor, you hover an inch above it. But if you move 0 feet during your turn and aren't restrained or grappled, you slide 5 foot in a random direction.
Okay.
Yeah, so you just sort of drift away if you stand still.
I like those.
Yeah,
Okay.
Victor had these in the previous campaign. So that's why I was
You're
trying hard
very
not to hint exactly how close as to what they are, because I didn't want to give them away. Okay.
They're what Thingy had, aren't they?
Victor, yeah.
Yeah.
So back to Dios and the actual story. Now that you've divvied up the definitely not stolen
Yay.
loot, and you
I'd
would
remind you, I only took a ruby
yes,
and that needle.
you took a ruby and a needle.
I only took an eagle. I'm very biased.
There
Oh,
is illusion magic coming from within here.
Okay. So obviously I see the guy at this door?
Yes, he seems to be
Is he
leaning against
guard-
the door.
Is he guarding it?
He definitely looks like he has seen some things. He definitely looks rough around the edges.
I just approach him. Can I come in, please?
No.
Why not?
You got business with the boss?
Sure.
What's your name?
That's gonna.
They call me Dios. Dios Plains Guide.
Wait here. He steps inside. You can hear some muttering before he pushes his way back out, alongside a couple other people. Wait till roll 20 to remember what I'm doing because I'm moving tokens now and it's not happy.
My pike is leaning against the wall, very visibly behind me, and I'm just stood outside, sharpening one of my claws.
You've not got business here. Go away.
I hoped it wouldn't have to come to this. I'll just walk off and just leave that hanging with them for now.
Okay. As you walk,
As I
away, the
walk,
two others
I
do
walk.
go back inside.
as I walk around to the back wall, and what
Wait.
can I do to this idiot? Well, what have I got? What fun things do I have? Nothing I really want to waste on one guy. I'll just approach the guy and say, "Can I come in, please?"
No.
Why not?
You got business?
Sure.
And sure enough, the same rigmarole goes on again as he steps inside.
I don't give him my actual name this time.
But he can. He steps inside.
I follow him this time.
He very distinctly locks the door behind him. It is a barred door.
Can I break it down?
You can try if you want to, but it would start
definitely-
initiative.
Sure, why not? I fancy a bit of a scrap.
Gotta do
These
it.
guys are arseholes.
Okay.
Oh.
Being let you in
Obviously.
two different doors, that's so not okay.
I'm gonna break the door down.
Go ahead and make a athletics check.
Guidance. 16.
Okay. You put a solid dent into the door, but it isn't fully smashed apart yet.
I give it another whack.
Well, I need you to roll initiative first.
Nope.
As there was anybody else that wants to join in on whatever the fuck's going on here, they should probably
Smell
hear it at this
blood.
point.
I smell blood.
Indeed.
Shit.
Oh, nice. Not bad, not bad. Seems correct that the first to react to the shenanigans is literally the furthest person away.
Yeah.
So yeah, eagle ears over in the distance. You hear the sound of Dios trying to bash in a door, and get the feeling that, considering he's only about 2 or 3 minutes walked away, and there's suddenly banging, you probably need to go investigate.
Dios is on a bit of a warpath at the moment. Everyone can sort of see it.
He's turning to Mogus finally.
We hope.
The slaughter lust has overtaken him.
Oh, there's no bloodlust here.
Okay,
It's
so I
more of
can
a righteous
move.
anger.
I can move a total of 40 foot now, is it?
Yes.
Then you do a cool slide at the end.
So I can go. I'll go to there. Can Neil come with me, or does he have to?
So he takes his turn
his
either
own
entirely
distance.
before or after yours.
Okay.
But remember, he is at 2 levels of exhaustion, so he. I'm trying to remember what the second level of exhaustion does, but is not good. He probably shouldn't be fighting.
Shot attacks, isn't it? Is that the-
I am proponent.
Can't remember.
Oh no, it's less movement.
I was going
It's
to
less
say, I can't remember
movement,
if it's the
so-
less movement or the thing. So yeah, disadvantage on all ability checks, and his speed is currently halved.
I can make it to here using my full action to run as well.
Okay.
And how far can Neil go?
His speed is currently halved, so I think
He
it's
needs to go to bed.
He can go 15 foot then.
You can jump on my
Clocked.
back if you want. I've got space for one more creature.
He can go to there. Oh dear.
he may want to sit this one out.
So
I know
most
he's got more health than everybody here, but he's also a bit
Very
tired.
He's gonna go up next to Skuts. Just look at her. Just like, well, she ran off.
Yeah, you're the only other person that I have any interaction with. Not great, not the greatest, but not the worst either. So it's been
She's redeeming herself
devices.
with him.
Divisive, yeah.
And he's just gonna stand there. Look at Skuts. Look at Sogeg. Look at where I went. I was just like, and that'll be him.
Okay, I need to quickly. Okay. Next is it's the guy that's just run in. That suddenly turns around and hears a slam against the door to see a good chunk of it falling in, but not enough to actually move through. So as he calls out to alert everybody else as to the gang's hideouts being attacked, he pulls a sling out of his pocket and tries to fling it through the hole that you've made in the door.
Ooh.
So you'd be considered in half cover for this. You'd add 2 to your AC.
Okay, cool. That's 18 to beat then.
Yeah, that's
He's a piece of
miss.
sling. Or not.
So. Okay, next up we have this guy who's going to come over and do the exact same thing. Nope. Then we've got this guy who will rush in and then poke forward with his, it would be a Xiphos, I believe. So the short sword, or the sword. 16, it would still be considered in half cover because he's essentially trying to stab through the door, through the area that you put through.
Yep.
So that's
Yeah,
a miss.
sparks off with my armor.
These guys are just going to move to here and hold. Same again. Move to action. Okay, Sogeg.
Sogeg, just racking with his brain, these new thoughts in his head. As I do the calculations, and I know the optimal way to seek violence. So I'll shout for Mogis, and I will dash. Whee! And I will just say, "Sick 'em, Pogeg." This Pogeg will leap off my mighty body, and hopefully eat this fella.
Certainly try.
With his magical fangs, I bite at you. Oh dear. I bite at you again.
Okay. The second one connects, but it's not enough to kill him.
Pogeg starts to wrap around slowly around his legs, looking like Pogeg wants to
I mean, he can dirty
make him
fight if he wants. Don't forget, he can spit in his eyes.
Yeah, also, which you not to. Flick some crap at your face.
Okay. Is that everything?
Oh, that's everything for me.
Okay. Zolk.
Sogeg, you are so lucky I can just climb over you because I'm a rat. As he'll just charge underneath Sogeg.
Battleaxe.
How does this spell work again? No,
Ooh.
not cast it. Fucking read it. Oh, it's just on my next attack. Ah, well, we're still going with it. He's gonna hold his battle axe into the air. Cast a Brannick Smite.
Ooh,
Okay.
And then,
that big hit.
using the momentum of having to bring the axe down from the air, straight onto this guy's feet.
Okay.
Where to find it? There it is.
You bring it straight from the air, aiming for his feet, but you end up bisecting the guy.
Oh!
Good kill.
Bewildered at what he's done. He's just gonna stare at what he's done. That's his
As
turn.
the two halves of the guy sort of slump to the either side. Is that everything?
Yeah.
Okay. Dios.
I am going to. I need inside that building, so I'm going to have to bash the door in, aren't I?
If you want to get in through this way, you certainly will. To be honest, you've probably broken the door beyond just opening it. Normally, at this point, it will need to be bashed through. If anybody even wants to get in or out this side.
Hang
Anyway.
on. Is there a window I can just climb in?
No. They are barred up.
Damn it.
Very bad.
It wouldn't be a very
Wow.
secure hideout if they had two barred doors but an open window that you could climb through.
Well, I'm thinking, is there a window I can beat the crap out of?
Bands of intellect are rare, but
I mean, you can try and break through the boards.
Okay. You know what? I've just read this ability, and it doesn't say I have to see a hostile creature to cast it, which is
God,
very
okay.
nice.
Haunting.
In-
Okay.
Incoming cleric bullshit.
Yeah.
I am going to let's see. Everything within 30 feet of me. Look at
Well,
that.
yeah,
That's how...
the sphere from where detect magic should be the 30 foot way around you.
I am going to pull out my prayer book, flip to a very particular page which I've marked with a little scrap of black cloth, and I will recite a prayer to Heliod. As I say, Heliod, bright-crowned son of the Pantheon, granter of vision, guardian of oaths, traverse your sky in your radiant chariot. I offer you my greeting, my praise, and my thanks. Send down your light to smite these sinners and send them back to your warm embrace as I cast Radiance of the Dawn using my Channel Divinity.
ooh.
Any creature within 30 feet of me must make a Constitution saving throw. Hostile creature.
You're lucky.
Oh, creature that has total cover from you is not affected, so everything that's in this room will get it.
Yes. So it'll just be those three. Okay.
Yep.
I was going to
Fair
say,
enough.
going
that
through
bit.
walls would have been like, oh, what the fuck? But
I missed that bit when I read it.
Right.
Never mind.
I mean, it's still good. Okay, so Constitution saving throws. So I've got 3. So should we?
The last one succeed.
Okay. So 2d10 plus your cleric level.
Which is now 4.
Oh,
Half as much damage on a successful save.
Half as much damage on success.
Okay, you finish your prayer as you emit the truest radiance at the door, almost like for those that dare look upon you as you channel divinity, that it would be hard to tell the difference between Dios and a portrait of Heliod himself, as all 3 of them disintegrate in the presence.
Cool. Can I use my bonus action to finish bashing the door in?
It would be a full action to bash the door in.
Ah, god damn it. Then I will.
your torchlight didn't break down the door.
It's light.
Yeah, the door's
Not
not a
enough.
hostile creature, sadly.
Clearly doesn't love you enough.
Yep.
Right.
Well,
Right.
then, I'll just take a deep breath in, close my eyes, and let it out as I finish channeling the love of Heliod, and knowing that these paltry sinners have been sent to their due end.
Okay. Scott.
Standing there staring at Neil. Scuts is gonna scoop him up under her arm.
Put him in your shirt. Put him in your shirt.
No, but she's gonna reach into her shirt and grab something to get ready.
Okay.
A flag from a ship lost at sea. I get to roll twice and put one back.
Yep.
Or the mummified Ravenclaw. Oh, do I bring back the? Yeah, she's gonna shove the flag. It's too long.
Don't
and
forget, you've got your
awkward, so
4 random rocks.
Oh, that's true. I'm saving those. All right. So with Neil under her arm, I have the ruler on. There we go.
Which one are you going
Scuts
to go
will
for?
just. If she tried to drop Neil with the guards, they wouldn't really care, would they?
They don't seem to be reacting at all to the very obvious fight going on.
Like they wouldn't actively harm him, though, right?
You're not entirely sure?
Okay, well then we're just gonna keep trucking past these guys with Neil under my arm. Did scooping him up use my action, or can I still use an action to dash?
So it would have been... Yeah, it would have been your action to pick him up, yeah.
Okay. So we're just hanging there then, running down. He's heavy, that's fine. It's taking me a second.
Because you're essentially interacting with someone, yeah, it would be your action.
Okay.
He is,
It's also
pretty
quite
big.
slippery as well. So
Yeah.
okay. Next up we have this guy who is just going to go here and brace against the door after hearing what on earth happened outside. And then we have this guy who is going to step around to here. And Dios, you see, just sort of stagger out, clearly on something. And he pulls out a small flask and drinks it. And his eyes go wide. His pupils turn to pinpricks as he just sort of starts jittering. I need to remind myself that he has done this. Before... No, he's just going to start throwing daggers through the door.
Still in half cover.
Still in half cover because the door's still there.
Yay!
So it would do... He's used his action to use an item, so yeah, so we get twice. And again, it's not rolled damage, but I should be able to do.
That first one, he's not at disadvantage for this one, is he?
No.
Okay, that first one, I am going to use my reaction. I am going to use Warding Flare to make him roll again and have disadvantage as a flash of light appears before his eyes.
Okay. So it's forced disadvantage on the second one, but he has to reroll it. On the first one, sorry.
Because it's a crit, why wouldn't I use this?
Yes.
Yeah, so both miss. I love being a cleric.
Okay. So we'll probably put a pause there as we're quite late. So and I don't think combat's gonna be over immediately. So we will put a pause at the end of the session there. So, okay, let's have some post-session wrap-up stuff. Piety. You get your point of piety just for showing up.
I don't.
So long as you're not currently undergoing an ordeal, but you're progressing towards it. You're doing well. You're giving everyone else a chance to catch up to you.
Try it.
So, did you progress towards your divine agenda? So, Nadrin, no. Skuts, no. Zulk, no. Sogag, no. And Dios, no. But that's fair. These ones probably will last the into next session. I'll probably keep the same ones and have them for next session. Did you expand your god's influence in the world in a concrete way? I will give a point to both Dios and to Sogag.
Mogis learnt the power of bro hugs.
I don't get it anyway.
So. Yeah, but you still get to have let you know you did good on role playing.
Yeah.
So you still deserve these pats on the back, even if you're not getting the points for it.
Yeah,
but it's more showing that you'd probably be at 50 if I didn't put a fucking halt in there at some point.
I'm going to gang up on Heliod soon.
Did you diminish the influence of a rival god in the world in a concrete way? No, I don't think you did. In a successful divine intervention, no. No one's attempted a divine intervention in a while. Story points. No. Did you attend the session? You gain a point of story. Did you overcome a great challenge using violent or non-violent means?
I wouldn't call it a great challenge.
It was not a great challenge.
It's a challenge of your own making.
Really? The guy who got stuck should get the point.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to give anybody this one in particular, mainly because it's probably going to come up later. Did you make a significant discovery on Unearth Some Lost History? You discovered the hidden treasure that the noble had been hoarding. So everybody gets that.
Was useless.
Did you perform an act of great sacrifice or heroism? I will. It's more anti-heroism, but it's close enough. I will give a point to Skuts, Sogeg, and Zulk for whatever the fuck you did at the beginning. Because there were some memorable moments, we'll put it that way. And did you perform a successful will of the people? Sogeg attempted, but didn't succeed.
Right.
And then for Neil and for Pogag, you get an extra point of loyalty.
Yay.
Did you fight together with your companion? I will give a point to Pogag. Did you sacrifice something for the good of your companion? I will give a point to Neil. Did your companion perform an incredible action? No. Did your companion remain in good health?
I think Neil did manage an incredible action.
Go on, what was his incredible action?
He beat Sogeg in an arm wrestle.
Beat me in arm wrestle.
Okay, right, yeah, fair enough. No, absolutely, yeah. It gets a point of piety for beating Sogeg. I mean, granted, it's not the most amazing
this
feat
point, it's not
because
that
at this
hard.
point, everybody's beaten him.
He was at disadvantage and still beat him, though.
But he was at disadvantage and still beat him, so absolutely he gets a point for that. And did they remain in good health? You did manage to get Neil's disease lifted, so I'll give him a point, and Poke hasn't taken any damage, so he'll get one as well.
Okay. Is there any... So story, the next level thing was at 25, right?
25, yeah.
And for loyalty, is there one at 15? Or 25, I'm guessing.
So loyalty will be... So for all three, piety, story, and loyalty, it's 3, 10, 25, and 50.
Cool. Loyal little snake.
So the idea being that in the early start you'll get them quite quickly, but the later ones are... This campaign's supposed to last us a good couple of years. It would be kind of shit if you got to 50 in all three within the first couple of weeks. Cough, cough, Dios.
Sorry.
For being
Imagine
too pious.
putting a feat of double
I'm a
piety.
cleric.
Such a goody two-shoes. Such goody two-shoes.
But I'm damn good at it.
You're damn good. It's a bright light you just put through the...
It just means that I need to bring in more of Heliod's enemies that be like, you're getting too big for your boots.
You get Dios addicted to drink.
Pretty much.
I've got to get him to drink first. Man
Stop
is
disguising
sober.
I mean, if you even drank anything whatsoever, I'd take sober away from you. So yeah, that's kind of the point. So
I'm making a point not to drink anything beyond
exactly.
water
made it a
or
thing.
maybe a bit of fruit juice if I'm feeling
Ooh,
fruity.
that's mighty.
Fancy.
No, the way.
You could even ask Guts for a new spice pouch and put a little bit of sugar in your water.
That's a slippery slope.
That's a slippery slope. Sugar is a gateway drug.
Yeah, sweeteners.
What? Can only get worse from there.
You guys ask for something out of it. I've already used all the charges up on some sugar.
A bag of pocket sugar. I love it. All right.
Can I use it to throw seasoning in somebody's eyes?
Is this the new pocket mayo?
God, it is a pinch, so I will let you use an action to throw it and try and aim for somebody's eyes to blind them. I will allow this. I mean, if you throw a pinch of salt into somebody's eyes, they're gonna notice. I know it's only a pinch, but if you get that hit, they'll notice.
Just do it with paprika. It's even better.
Exactly. You just say chilies and then flick it into people's eyes.
So if I throw it, do I still get my improvised weapon bonus?
I'm going to say you'd get the proficiency bonus for throwing it, but they wouldn't.
Not
The
bludgeoning
peppercorns
damage?
won't do 1d10 bludgeoning damage.
Really big salt.
Fair, fair.
So it wouldn't do any damage, but it would have a chance of blinding them.
That's pretty cool. All right. Well, that was a lot of fun. We got a lot of neat items today.
Yeah, I didn't want you to leave the boots of the butterfly behind because I'm like, I have to put this in there.
I appreciate the nod. They were very. I was really surprised. Those were one of the first items I came up with, and they just ended up being
good.
pretty awesome. So I'm like,
I
yeah.
just love that we made it so that you just keep sliding if you stand still.
Get yourself nice and covered and you sort of slide out of it.
But it doesn't create opportunity attacks. So if you're suddenly attacked by somebody and you're sort of pinned in place, if by the end of your turn you haven't moved, you will just slide in a direction. And there is a good chance, the 1 in 4 chance of sliding away from them.
Very good for either a spellcaster or a shit character. Can you guess which one I had?
I'm not bringing that fucking crown in though.
Oh,
God damn it.
that was amazing.
There might be a nod to it in some way or another at some point, but I'm not making that entire item again because that
That was ridiculous.
was way better than I thought it had the potential to be.
I will always miss Victor pulling his hat down over his eyes before making a perception check.
So yeah, for those watching, because I just remembered we were streaming this, the item we're talking about is the Crown of Fool's Luck, a homebrew item Scott and I worked on. It was your idea, but I helped sort of tweak it to actually work in the rules, where anytime you rolled a fail, it was a success, and anytime you rolled a success, it was a fail. A natural 20 is a natural 1, a natural 1 is a natural 20. On paper, that sounds like it's a good way to punish min-maxes. In practice, it means that you are willingly blinding yourself to always give yourself advantage. And, yeah, just pulling some really, really random bullshit out your ass with it. It got powerful.
I
It got
must
really
say-
powerful.
It got great.
I have to say the crowning moment of it was closing your eyes, holding out your wings, and flying under a bridge and seeing what you collect on the way out.
Yeah.
That was
worked,
the
did
best
not.
bit of it.
Weird. So, alright, unless there's anything else we want to wrap up for Theros, we'll probably put an end in today's session there.
I just want to say really quick that Neil got to 6 loyalty, so he gets a thing.
Yes, he would get his first companion boon. Do you know which one you're going for?
Unique ability.
Oh, fuck me. Okay. Yeah, fine.
Sure.
Sure. I'll work something out.
It's a slippery snake. Or a slippery eel.
Because he's not got enough abilities already.
Yep.
Right, yeah.
Wonder who
If you
the
can give
first,
me
like, disintegration
a
beams-
rough idea of what kind of ability you'd want from him, whether you want another type of attack or whether you want another utility ability, let me know.
Create water.
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't really know. I'll have to think on it for a bit.
Yeah.
Just thought I'd say as a warning so that you know.
That's fair. It might encourage me to actually stream some more prep at some point because I keep not doing that. So, yeah, that'll be worth doing a prepping of what the hell can I give Neil to give anything else to this ridiculously overpowered companion that I didn't realize I gave you.
He's not done anything yet. They're quite scared.
He hasn't done anything yet.
His attacks aren't ridiculous. They're good, but they're not like ridiculous. It's the fact that it's the 90 hit points and the swim speed and then a bunch of other little abilities that he just has. Yeah, is strong.
He's a little good boy. He's a little
He
mess.
was supposed to attack us.
Yeah, I am impressed that you didn't name him Good Boy or Better Boy or anything like that.
Boy.
Good boy has his own name. He was his own person. A dragon. He was
Also,
he was the bestest boy.
Neil
Boy.
with 2 E's because the pun is
course,
there
yeah.
for a reason.
Yeah. It was either gonna be Neil or Lee.
I'm gonna gaslight Neil and make him believe that he has an A in his name. Doing my evil deed of the day.
It was either gonna be Neil or Lee. But I
Lee.
think Neil hits easier.
Yeah, Neil's more obvious, which is kind of the point.
Lee takes maybe a little bit more brain power, so for Alex apparently.
Yeah, well, it took me a moment. So, alright. So, with that, let's put an end to the stream there. So, thank you everybody for playing, and thank you everybody at home for watching along.
Cheers.
I always enjoy these sessions.
Indeed. And on my end, thanks everyone for lurking and watching. We always appreciate it. We have a lot of fun playing, and it's great to be able to share it. So, yeah, everyone take care. Have a good one. We'll be on again next Thursday, same time, same place. And now that I've got my computer issues sorted, we'll see if I'm online tomorrow to finish Subnautica, or I got Dark Souls for my Xbox, so maybe I'll just torture myself a little. We'll find out. Yeah, tune in next time. See you later.